The summer's calling. The summer's calling. If the kingdom is overthrown, meet me at the cornerstone. I know that I can't be without you. This bond is solid gold. We're a diamond and an emerald. It took me forever to find you. 'Cause when it's all over, the love that you give will be there to guide you in every way. Now we've been through the cold and darkest days. The summer's calling. As we wait for the smoke to clear and we watch our dreams appear, I know that we can rise together. This vision that we share is ours. Together we can touch the stars. I know that we will see December. 'Cause when it's all over, the love that you give will be there to guide you in every way. Now we've been through the cold and darkest days. The summer's calling.
In the ways of the weak, the times complete alone. You're the fire, the cream, my strength in me, I know. And you're driving me crazy. You keep on running, I'm running,
Welcome, one and all, to Dire Bear Adventuring Company's Monday night episode. Everything okay, V? You're muted again.
I misclicked a lot of things. I'm sorry.
were you struggling in the moment there?
Yeah, for a split second.
Welcome everyone to Monday night's episode of Foundations of Adalar with Dire Bear Adventuring Company, and welcome to everyone who's already joined us. We had a couple of questions, and I love that stuff. So, can you convince the players to drop everything and become cartographers if they live? As well as, yes, as I answered the question there, but I will go ahead and restate. This campaign, the Foundations of Adalar, is set wholly and singularly within this area that they're in. Future campaigns may or may not be held in other parts of Kyrith. We don't know. We'll see when it comes to it. I will have that there. Will I ever make the entirety of Kyrith an incarnate and stitch it together? Maybe, possibly yes, because it is, in the words of Bernie Sanders, it's huge. So it's a big world. So I don't know. We'll see. Anyways, so yes, this one will, for all intents and purposes, wrap here and end here. Again, if they survive, we'll see what happens. Hey, look, your safety is not guaranteed when you come on this ride. Okay, that's all I'm saying. Unless somebody dimension doors you out in the middle of combat, there's no guarantee.
Then your son is in danger.
Yeah, even if they don't survive, then it definitely will end here. So there we go. So welcome to everyone. I see we have Crimson Soul out there, Captain Paragon, Grumpy Cleric. Hi, Joey. Welcome. Say hello in there in the chat. Say hello, say hello, say hello. Again, we're doing a huge push for 75 average viewers. So get your friends, get your friends' friends, get your wife, get your kids. They viewing everybody up in her. So go ahead and if you can, spread the word, spread the love. We have Twitter feed out there with this information on there, as well as links in the Dire Bear Discord channel, which if you would like to and you have not, you can join our Dire Bear Discord.
You should join.
You should join. I'm there, so what else do you need? There's a link for you guys. If you guys want to join, it's open to anyone. Feel free to join in. If you'd like to support us, we would really hope you'd like to support us. You can either sub, give some bits, or you can actually join our Patreon, and you can steal a seat, possibly. There is some vetting. I don't want to make sure that we get somebody on the air that's not going to ransack, ruin, steal everything out of the guild banks, and then leave the group decimated. So, so there is that.
Stop giving away my secrets, gosh.
But I was going to say you could join our Patreon and be like Eric over there, who is above me, not over there, he's above me, who is actually a paid player. He has bought his seat here, and we thank him for that and his continued support. Somebody asked me within our own party, hey, how close are we to being done? And I have to respond with, that depends on how quickly you just lay down and give up. Game could be over tonight. Just go, you know what, I'm tired, I'm done. That's it.
I'm going to take a nap right here.
You know what?
We're
Screw this
retiring.
world.
We're going back to your parents' tribe. We're done.
We're not even gonna fight the big bad evil guy. We're just gonna be done.
Whatever happens, happens. I don't care anymore.
But they took your goblin. You can't really let that stay on there.
No, I really can't.
Don't worry, I'll get them.
So, again, the huge thing we're doing right now is we are so very close to having a partnership, or at least applying for partnership with Twitch, which would achieve another goal that I have, which deals with monetization. It is no lie that it is all about the Benjamins. I want to make sure that this becomes my source of income, but also so that I can pay some of these people that are doing things for me on the side that they really should be getting paid for, and being able to afford people like a community manager, moderators, and things like that. And the only way that I can do that is if we have a revenue stream, and the revenue stream is Twitch right now. YouTube is there, but I don't have the viewership that I have on YouTube that I have here. So I would really appreciate it if we could just put the word out there. I don't expect it to happen overnight, but I would love to see it happen. So you guys feel free. And I wanted to give a huge shout out to Heat Thing, who comes from the streaming team that I'm a part of, which is Xenon Armada. It includes Heat Thing, Kali Xenon, Nightblade Zero, as well as Chaos Draknar. I always forget his name. Those guys are also streamers, and they are fantastic people. You can actually catch me on Nightblade stream every once in a while playing Apex Legend, Nightblade Zero. Pop by and give them a hello, give them a follow, give them some love. And the Patreon name is Dire Bear Adventuring Company. It has the same logo, so it is in the below stuff on the panels. So if you go down to the panels, you can see it. And the first thing you'll notice on our panels is D&D Beyond. That is our sponsor. They have given us access to their wonderful, wonderful site. Go give them some love. It is worth every single bit of cash. We balance our characters in there. Those guys leveled up recently, and they put their characters in D&D Beyond. Made it easy to level up, and then post that stuff over into Roll20 since they really have to bleed over. I also got a haircut, so I don't wear my hat anymore because my hair is actually manageable now. And let's see. Sponsorship. Sponsor us. Looks like we need a recap. Jack will be joining us. She is running a little bit late. She's just a little bit out, so as is always, fashionably late is Yenfear. When last we left off, they made a deal with Izzy. Somebody revealed his shrew phone to the party.
Yes.
They decided to try to get a restock on supplies and things like that by heading toward Bronway. We're beset in the middle of the night by some very familiar demonic bounty hunters, the Orthon. Nearly killed Arneth. So close. Nearly killed Arneth. Yenfear said, "Not my man," grabbed him, disappeared with him. And now, in the middle of the fight, the goblin boy left all on his own, and a dragon there in the midst of them all, breathing lightning and stomping about. They took him. They grabbed the goblin and disappeared. The Orthons withdrew, stating one thing only. If you want him, you'll find us in Lanceport. Everything seems to be dragging them back that direction. Just can't escape. So, with that in mind, your goblin taken, Lanceport there, where your goblin has been taken off to. You stand on the battlefield. Yenfear and Arneth returned via Dimension Door. Mistaken. No, you ran back, didn't you? Oh, no, he Dimension Doored you back. He disappeared and then came back with you.
Yeah.
You're standing there. What are you doing? Party?
Where's Grimly?
Why do you care?
Because he's my teammate, and I was removed from battle prematurely, and I would like to know where he is. Big guy.
Arneth, who is finally just sick of everybody's shit, everybody.
Oh, how far we've come.
She's taking the gloves off. Mother.
Well, then maybe
you
you should
fun.
put a
You're my
leash on
favorite enemy.
Then maybe you should
Dragon.
put a leash on your friend next time.
He is his own person. I cannot control him.
Much to the detriment of others, it seems.
I'm not having this conversation with you. Where's Grimly?
This is also not how people work in relationship design. Well, would you like the short or the long version?
Short.
He got kidnapped and taken back to Lanceport.
I was
Because
gone for like
somebody
5
thought-
minutes.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
without you, you and without Yinfear, we had no way to get to him to protect him.
We were strangely outnumbered.
I will take full responsibility for what I
No, you won't take any responsibility because it's not your fault. And she's
But I
she's
feel a
glaring
little
at Yinfear,
guilty.
who's not here yet.
I feel a little guilty. It's my fault.
How dare you almost die like the rest of us? Ooh.
Like a mortal. How dare you?
Well, you'll know better
It's
next
not-
time.
It's not your fault, Arneth. But I think perhaps until we get Grimly back, nobody is serving watches alone.
Yeah.
Yeah, that didn't
It's
feel.
almost like I mentioned that.
Oh yes, this is a really great time for I told you so's.
It is.
It honestly
wrong.
is. How many thousands of years of experience do I have on you?
Does it matter?
Excuse me,
Apparently
sir.
it
I'm
does.
old enough.
He'll just lean down.
Is that why you're
Nose
such a jerk?
right to Gillet. Are you sure?
Is that why you're such a jerk?
So, not to
No,
harp on this moment.
that is the bloodline of my mother. You know her? The mother of dragons.
Don't you
Chaos incarnate.
Don't you bring your mother into this.
Don't you bring Game of Thrones into this?
I'm not,
You-
actually. I'm not. I'm referencing Tiamat, not what's-her-face.
I know who you're referencing when you said Bringer of Chaos. It's fine, but it was just like,
Don't you bring Daenerys into this! How dare you!
you besmirch Khaleesi.
Uh,
All right.
I unfortunately don't watch that show.
I don't either.
Same.
To be perfectly honest with you.
neither do I.
Now we can have a whole showing of, oh, I don't watch that game at all. Or that show at all.
Who are you talking about? Sorry.
So we're going into a game of never have.
Never have I ever.
Sounds like it.
Well, I guess I'm the only one drinking.
No, I would drink because I have watched it. I just don't watch it now. All right.
Get back to Lanceport. I know.
Which is my favorite thing to do.
Yeah, Gillet, I'm getting really sick of this city. But for
Yeah.
me to be able to get us, for me to be able to get us back there in any sort of expeditious nature, I need to rest.
Zine clears his throat.
Your Uber is here.
Wait, hang on. No, sorry. Let me. I
Uber's
actually
outside.
haven't done this in the entire time that I've been playing my Sorcerer. I haven't done this. I'm actually gonna sacrifice enough spell slots at lower levels to give myself enough spell slots, or enough sorcery points for a 5th level spell slot.
Okay.
Which, if I remember correctly, it's a 1-to-1 ratio, isn't it? I don't remember. I've never done this. I've been playing her for almost 6 months, and I've never done this.
It's not
It's-
wonderful.
It's been a very long time since I've done it, but I know it's not.
You know what? We have a resource we can use with D&D Beyond.
We do. We do.
Are we gonna
No.
finish our rest so I can get my health back? Because I'm sitting on 27 points.
Nah, you're fine.
I'm fine. Okay.
You're fine. You're
I
fine.
trust you.
You expend one spell slot to gain a number of sorcery points equal to the spell's level.
What did you say, Chief? I'm sorry.
I said
never
I
heard those
trust
words
you.
uttered. Well, I've been behind
So,
the
so you need to expend. You need 7 sorcery points to get a 5th level spell back. A 1st level spell slot is 2 points. A 2nd level slot is 3. A 3rd level is 5. A 4th level
Okay.
is 6, etc.
Okay, so it'll be 2 1st level spell slots and a 2nd level spell slot to get 1 5th level which then allows me to cast Teleportation Circle.
D&D Beyond, everybody.
Yeah, because it costs you to go from spell slot to sorcery points. That is a 1-to-1. It's I should say it's you get points equal to that level. So if you burn a second and a third, that's 5 points, and then a first would be 6 points. So what did you want to burn?
I need to burn enough to get to 5th level.
You mean to get to 7 sorcery points?
Yeah.
Okay. So again,
So
you get sorcery points equal to the spell slot that you burn.
4, 6, 7. Okay. So
Perfect.
2 second and
Third?
3 first level. 3
Three
first
first
level.
Okay. You can
Which
do
gives me
that.
7, which allows me to have 1 5th level spell slot.
Mhm.
Which allows me to cast Teleportation Circle.
Okay.
Which one of her main teleportation circles would have been with Lanceport.
Would have been specifically in.
The Arcadium.
All right. You finish casting your spell. If I'm not mistaken, it's on the top. No, it's on the 7th floor. Where'd you put it at? You put it in the 1st floor, where the library is.
Probably.
One of the sides where the reading rooms are.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, it takes me a minute to cast, so at that point, she tells people what she's doing. So if you have to gather things or change back into another form, so you're not disrupting the entire town, now is the time to do it.
Yeah, he'll shift back to his lizard form. I'm about to say, because if you cast that immediately, he's popping up in there as a
it
very,
takes a
very
minute
big
because I have to
dragon.
draw the symbol. I have to draw the symbol in the dirt.
He just lands and goes, "What's up?"
Yeah.
This isn't where I meant to pop out. My gosh, look at all you tiny people. All right.
No kidding.
Where do they all?
Guess I will heal myself.
Well, you should. You got spells for it.
But Camp, don't you want to kill me?
Yeah, but it's more fun when you get to put up a fight.
Yeah.
Also true.
That one.
Also,
Hi, Chibi,
much
welcome.
more. Also, much more entertaining for those watching at home.
Also true.
It's true.
My shirt tonight, by the way, says, "Welcome to my table. I am the omnipotent dungeon master.
Oh, I saw that one Friday, I think.
Roll for initiative."
Yeah.
So,
A phrase that will always start a fight. Roll for initiative.
or in our case, since we're Dire Bear, roar for initiative. All right, so the teleportation circle finishes. You transform back into your lizard form.
Yes.
You step into it. There's a brief flash of energy. And you find yourself still standing in the plane.
We're still here?
She checks the markings, and they're right.
Call tech support. They are correct. Your markings and your magic is accurate.
Okay.
Did you
Give
turn
me
it off
that.
and back on?
You tried turning the spell off and on again. Is that what you just basically asked?
Yes.
Quick, hard reboot it.
Blow into it a little.
Somebody reboot the sorcerer. They're not casting right. There's a
Gillen,
lot
I
of
believe that's
latency.
your job.
Oh. There's a lot of latency in our sorcerer. Can we get somebody to reboot the sorcerer?
Plug her back in. She's running out of power.
Did you check all the ports?
Damn you, I was drinking.
You're welcome.
Check all the ports. Is that what you just asked?
Yes.
Are we going to go with phrasing again this whole entire session? Is that what we're
Maybe.
doing? Just, well,
The
Phrasing?
circle, not Callisto.
I mean, Gillick can do both.
Please, not in front of me.
I would.
I'm handling something very hot, Steve. Why are you doing this to
And
me?
it's Steve. And it's Steve. All right.
Awful.
Your spell did not. Your spell did not work. And all of your wiggly do is accurate. So that means only one other thing.
Magic has been outlawed.
Hard.
Well, if
outlawed.
that's the case, you're now married to a fugitive. I hope you like being on the run.
Means he just doesn't have to go home.
Oh, that's true.
My lair does have a very large library.
I think the issue might actually be that they've put a anti-magic field around the Arcadium, which means that you can't get in or out via magic into the Arcadium.
I just saw that. Thank you very much, Joey, for that
Oh wow.
Patreon level.
Hell yeah.
Holy crap.
Hell yeah.
So,
What happened?
Much
you
thanks
go.
appreciated.
Very much so. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Sorry, back on track. So, probably something more along those lines is what you said, Matt.
Yeah, with the anti-magic field around the Arcadium.
You noticed that ever since the attack on the Acadium, that there had been something different about it, magic not working properly in the area, things like that. And we're up to 20 viewers. Keep it going.
Hey.
So, out of curiosity, Kat, and I'm gonna ask this as a player, and this is
Uh-huh.
your call,
Mhm.
because I'm supposed to be able to know 2 locations. So she'd have set up one in the Arcadium. The other one would have been set up in Rose's house.
Okay.
Mostly because she has nowhere else that could be possibly called home.
Just in
which
her
means
bedroom.
The
Silverhaven
silken
area.
sash, up in the attic.
Okay. Up on the
There
third
is
floor where the guest room.
Yeah. Because it's in the same city, I'm assuming that the sigils would be relatively the same.
You would probably, so think of it like writing down geopositioning coordinates. You would have the degrees in there as well as the location. So I would say that probably pretty close to it.
Okay.
What I would say though is that you still burned your 5th level spell slot doing that.
That was going to be my question. Would I be able to change the coordinates just enough to give it another shot? But if I've consumed my spell slot, then I have consumed my spell slot.
Yeah.
In which case, we're doing the same thing.
You're burning more spells.
Son
That's
of
hot.
a bitch!
That's really hot. Don't
Yeah, it
do
is,
that.
and I put my finger on it, and it hurts.
So you're burning.
So I'm
What
gonna burn
now?
2 3rd level slots, which gives me 6, plus my last
Okay.
1st level slot, which gives me
Right.
7, which brings me back to 5. And then I'm going
Okay.
to change the coordinates, and we're going to Rose's.
Recasting.
Yeah.
You all step into the circle. There is a brief. The 6 spell slots and a middle finger. There's a brief, alteration in pressure that you can all feel around you. It presses against you, and then suddenly there's a release. There's not even a flash of light. It's just, and the next thing you know, you are standing. For some of you, no, I think all of you guys have been in there. I think even
Mhm.
Zion.
She draw it big enough.
All right. So I was just thinking that Zion had been on the top floor. Okay. But it's very familiar territory. You appear in a room that is opulently decorated, but tastefully done so. A couple of beds in here, large. You can tell that it's used for housing people, and while you can hear the tittering laughter of courtesans and things downstairs, you get the idea that this room isn't for servicing, that this room is for sleeping. Legit sleeping. And you find yourselves all standing on the 3rd floor in your quarters of the Silken Sash. What
There's
now?
there's an anti-magic field around the Arcadium. If I was able to get back here. Pardon?
I high five Callista.
She
Nice.
awkwardly high fives back.
Good one.
She doesn't know what this is.
No,
This
It's
is
like Arnes holding the hand out there. Don't let me hanging. Don't leave me hanging. He just grabs Callista's hand and does this. Now try it again.
she does the dumb thing where like people go for like a high five or they'll like fist bump and it's just like and it,
Just turn it into a turkey. It's fine.
I've never seen that before. Thank
Oh,
you
what
for
is
V.
that?
Oh, are we okay?
I hear high
Ringing?
pitched.
I don't know what that was.
Yeah.
I heard it too.
Is everybody okay?
What is
It
I
may
that?
think
have
it's
been from
Cap.
mine.
It's
Yeah, it's coming from Cap.
It's coming from Cap. Okay.
oh.
It was just like a whistle, and I'm like, Nani?
Yeah, I'm like, oh, well, I had pulled my phone up to check messages and stuff, and I was
it
like, am
okay?
I getting?
No.
No.
And I was like, am I getting feedback here? What is going on?
Here's where technical difficulties arises.
Par for the course.
I thought I hit a button or something. I was like, what have I done?
What have you done?
Cool. Also, V, I figured out a way around the issues of me doing the whole microtransaction stuff.
Huh?
There's an app that you can actually get for Android called Google.
Testing.
Oh.
Nope.
Nope.
It's like just a dull whistle now. It's not as bad as it was a second ago.
I mean, you're quieter too, though, so I wonder if that's related.
It's true.
But
It's
very
whenever you
high-pitched.
talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of sounds like
which
a
is
cricket.
kind of important.
Yeah.
Maybe you're using your webcam mic. Maybe unplug the webcam, plug it back in, and that might fix it.
There he go.
And there he go.
Oh, everything switched.
I mean, I'm hearing sound coming from Cap that doesn't have the squeak now.
Yeah.
Testing.
Ah,
All right.
we did it.
That's it. It's just me doing ASL for the rest of the session.
The rest.
But I ended up being like the guy from the translator that got made fun of because he didn't know how to sign, so it's just me making hand motions the whole time. All right.
Puppets.
You find yourself in the silken sash. There is an immediate thump as the door is thrown open, and Rose is standing there with what appears to be like a wooden training sword. And she has it out in front of her, and you can see a couple of the courtesans behind her. They're kind of like peering around her shoulder.
Hi. We're back.
She lowers the sword, and you can see she just like relaxes all over her body.
Sorry to startle you.
I need to
Sorry.
get you a real sword.
This is no, I don't. The intent is to beat them, but not kill, so they can still come back and spend more coin. Can't do that with a dead man. Not to mention, I've got kitchen knives. It's fine.
That's true.
This is an unusual way for you all to appear. Is everything all right?
Well, we're not all appearing.
Where's the little one?
That's why we're here.
What a
Now-
miss, guys.
She crosses
Ow.
her arms and looks at you all sternly.
I swear we
I'm-
didn't lose a child.
Everybody turns in unison.
Yeah,
to
we
the
all
Yin
look
Fear.
at Yin Fear.
Everybody turns to Yin Fear.
Okay, first of all,
Mom
What's
looks
happening?
at you.
All right, Jack. To get you caught up, I burnt a bunch of fucking spell slots to get a 5th level spell slot, so I could use teleportation circle to bring us back to the Silken Sash.
Surprise, we're home. You're home.
Mom.
Hey.
Mom threw open the door
Uh-huh.
with a wooden practice sword in her hand.
Oh, she's so cute. I love her.
Realized that one of you was missing,
And then immediately became disappointed in us.
and then immediately went, "What happened?" And then gave you all stern glances or looks.
To which
then-
everybody turned and looked at Yin Fear, because it's Yin Fear's fault.
Not
Everybody
wrong.
looks at Yin Fear, and Rose just goes,
Okay, that's not fair. I was
Not
just...
fair. You ran.
I didn't run. I...
Poofed.
You ran.
Okay, you know what? No, I don't deserve this. Arneth,
"Stop!
do something!
What happened?"
You know what? You
Someone-
know the truth.
I almost died.
I
And
was
Yin
ensuring
Fear panicked.
I did not panic. I strategized.
He panicked and did what he believed to be right. And in doing so, we have lost Grimly.
Okay, well, next time I'll be sure to
Wait a minute.
leave you dying on the ground.
Wait a minute. Arneth, you were nearly dead. And what did you do, honey?
I just opened a door and went elsewhere.
Okay, so you saved Arneth. So that still left 3 capable people on the battlefield?
Oh!
None of us
Yeah.
were
Yeah,
anywhere
bitch.
close to get to Grimly before those who took him
Ah,
got anywhere close.
Sounds like you should use your spells to better effect.
Sounds like somebody shouldn't run 5,000 feet away like a coward. Taking
I was
one
like,
of our
5,000
more
Although-
capable,
back home, like you guys would.
A demon
taking one of our
5,000
more
miles.
capable fighters with them.
And I would bamf 5,000 more.
I hate to be that. Oh, thank you. I was about to ask because I can't figure out Zoom at all.
It's okay.
I'm
I
too
was
old and
gonna check. I was
confused.
just.
Look
Oh.
at you, would you?
Oh God, no, no. Make it.
Stop
that's
it, you're
not a good
adorable.
one. You know what? We're just gonna go with it.
All right, so hold on. You're back in Lanceport. What's happened to Grimly?
He is now in Lanceport as well.
Oh,
That was the ultimatum, to find them here in Lanceport.
She switches to Draconic and asks you specifically, are they after you?
He'll switch as well and say, not after me in particular, no. More after what we are carrying.
And she switches back to common. What are you carrying?
Some items of great importance.
You know that look she gave you whenever you were a kid, and you like grabbed the cinnamon rolls or the baked goods from the bakery, and she found you like downstairs with your mouth covered in sugar and icing, and that look she gave you, it's like you're going to pay for every cent of this. She's giving you that look right now, and she says, "Embellish."
wow, it's a long story. Where do we even start?
Invisible bounty hunters that explode when they die?
That
Alarming.
and
Alarming.
also there's well, apparently there's these artifacts that are very important. Very, very important. Super important. The most important. And we need to get them in order to prevent something completely awful from happening. You know, and well, that's where Lucky went. Did you meet Lucky? Yeah, that's where Lucky
Yes.
went. Yeah, so
You know, the usual save the world adventuring company.
All right.
And then Arneth is going to sit on the floor and then lay down because he's really tired and still pretty hurt.
She turns to the man and the woman that followed her up the staircase, and she says to them quickly, "Food, drink, extra pillows. Now, quickly, go." And they dart off to go grab what they need. She gets you all comfortable, as comfortable as you can. The two that went downstairs come back with a few more people with them, and they lay out a simple but filling spread, and they throw down blankets and pillows for those of you who would like to just retire. She says, "You're not going to do anything as exhausted and spent as you are, so rest. May I borrow Yenfir for a moment?"
oh no.
As
Please
far as
don't
I'm
hurt him too
concerned, you can
much.
have him for now.
Don't hurt him too much.
Am I in
She
trouble?
she gives you that same look, Zine, that she gave you whenever she first met you. That she says, "Elf as I may be, I will crawl inside of you and kill you from the inside out."
God, I love her.
In Draconic?
No, she just gives him the
With
look.
her
She doesn't
eyes.
say it.
Oh,
She just
she
says,
says
That
a
look.
lot of things
Okay.
with a lot of looks.
He gives her a look right back that says, "Bitch, I am like 5 times your age. Do not try me right now."
Young lady.
I'll guarantee you she's probably a lot older than you think. She grabs your hand gently and tucks it to where you're, holding her arm. And she says, "We have an unexpected visitor, and come with me." And then she leads you downstairs.
I'm already extremely nervous. I hate that. I hate surprises. I hate unexpected. I hate visitors. I don't like
Um,
any of it.
as you come down to the second floor, she's very hush about where she's taking you.
I know.
The ground floor opens up as it does the large parlor with all of the tables and the couches and things for sitting, the bar and like eatery area off to the right as you come down the staircase that leads into the kitchen. It's quiet for this time of well, it's quiet because of the time of day. It's still probably like kind of early in the day for them. Um, you
In the
there is
day,
one
do you mean the night?
Oh, that's right, because it is the middle of the night. My
Yeah.
brain is like off.
Early in the day, aka 4
Um,
a.m.
it is early in the day. Most of their regulars have
Counts.
already retired or gone, so those guests that are there are sleeping it off. However, there in the wee hours of the morning, um, I would probably say it's probably like 5 or 6 in the morning. Dressed in what appears to be finery is a tall, very angular featured, statuesque looking elf. On his side is a basket hilted rapier, which is done in gilded metals. It has a jewel set in the base of the basket, so right there. It hangs low on his hip as though he's used to using it, and he has a um, deep blue brocaded jacket on that kind of hangs down almost to his knees, and it swoops back into like a sort of a kind of a tail. He has a white shirt that is buttoned up to here, no collar on it, and you can see that he has golden thread at the hem of the jacket sleeve, which folds back, kind of looking more like late 17th, or no, I'd say like mid to early 18th century, like jacket, like Renaissance, post-Renaissance era. He turns and looks at you, and he's very familiar looking. Something about him that just kind of like, where do I know him from?
Saw him in the papers.
See him every time you look in the mirror.
Saw.
Your mother pats you on your arm and says, Yenfir, may I introduce you to... And the words tumble out of her mouth. Your father. And she motions like this.
Okay. Oh man. I'm like feeling the resentment in real.
Well, the
Like-
last time we had a character meet their father, a fight broke out. So let's see if we can go 2 for 2.
All right.
For all of you who are watching for the first time, when Chief's character Arneth, who is a half-orc, met his father for the first time, it literally became a fight in the street. It was the best thing ever.
It was awesome.
It was sexy.
I mean, to the players, yes. Callista and Yenfir were like, "What the fuck?
What the fuck is going on? Just have orc things.
I mean,
Did
they
our
didn't even
half-orc
realize it was
punch
his
that
father
orc?
at first.
You're like, oh shit. What did he do to deserve that?
Yeah.
Be his dad.
Like, he just straight up walked up and punched an orc.
Honestly, like, yeah, you just walked up and fucking clocked him. Went up for 20 years ago. That's true!
He had it coming.
More like went up for 200 years ago.
Yeah.
He crosses
Did he
his
run
hand
into your
and
knife?
gives you. Yeah, he crosses his arms and kind of looks you up and down, and then goes, "I like your style, but Yenfir, really?" Rose turns her face and kind of like looks up and away from him. Better than giving him your name. What's wrong with my name?
You.
I wish I was there.
You're like, oh! I believe I went to sleep, bitch. Damn!
Like,
Oh my
honestly,
God.
Hold my
I
earrings!
just want Yenfir to start a fight so we hear it upstairs
Oh,
and
oh,
calm down.
literally,
and
Yes.
take my jewelry off in real life so I can get in character. Okay.
Yenfir taking off his earrings.
All his rings and shit. Mother, hold these.
I'm gonna fist fight this really elegantly dressed man because that seems like the best course of action.
Honestly, it's probably
Actually-
not been the first time.
I would like for you to give me a perception check
Perception check. Okay.
when you're done. Like,
All right.
When you're done preparing for battle.
All right. Fucking everybody in this campaign just has such parent issues. Why is my computer lagging so much? Can we not do this?
I don't have
I
parents.
I would love this party to meet Zion's parents, honestly.
I don't have parent issues. My parents loved me. I got exiled by the community.
yeah. What I'm happy to say though is that honestly, everybody's parents are alive. Which-
Did you count my first character?
Oh well, that's true. Okay, Annalise's parents.
Annalise's parents were dead before the campaign started.
And Lucky didn't know who his parents were, so there you go.
Grimley's parents are MIA.
Oh, really?
We'll find them.
Oh
Okay.
yes, because that sounds like a good idea.
All of our ideas are good ideas.
This is so true, Puppy Night. Most D&D characters have parent issues.
All right.
I mean, the thing is for adventurers, you don't expect adventure to be a very well-to-do, well-off, like, innkeeper's like, yeah, I'm totally going to go kill that dragon when I have more than enough, right?
I mean, yeah, they have
No.
a bad habit of not coming back.
yeah.
I always figured that adventurers are basically people whose job skills just suck all around. So the only thing they're good at is wielding a weapon.
Okay, I take offense to that, first of all. I'm a
Same.
perfectly good bard. I just don't have marketable skills, okay?
Isn't that exactly what he just said?
Pretty much.
Yeah,
All
that's basically word for word.
Listen, all of you shut up.
All right.
In real life.
You
You'd
you
miss
get
me.
it as you're standing there almost toe to toe with him. You get the idea, and looking him over, you can see that at the elbows, his jacket is starting to show signs of wear. You can see that some of the threading has pulled and not been replaced. You can see that the breeches, which are tucked into his boots are scuffed and not well kept. You can see that the breeches are starting to go thin at the knees. So he has this look of being well to do, but upon closer inspection, you realize that he's probably not as well off as he puts on.
My god, he's a fucking peasant.
Oh,
Not
no.
quite.
God, this is like,
Spit in his face.
oh god, I want to so bad.
Do it!
Hey, Dad, what's this right here? What?
5-finger discount across the face.
What did the 5-finger say to the face? Slap, bitch!
Yeah, pretty much.
Sorry, I'm like having an internal battle. How do I want to do this?
I did send you a question in Discord, so.
Did you?
Yeah.
It may have gotten lost amidst the description that you were giving of Yenfear's dad. Because I was like, why the fuck does this sound like an AU of Aethlin?
Aethlin AU. The sad version.
The version in which he wasn't actually a street thug.
And somehow turned out worse.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yen Fear. My name is perfectly respectable. Kelly is a good name.
I'm sorry, what? Did I hear you right?
You don't show your face in the entirety I've been alive. And you show up out of the blue. Why?
I was in Lansport after being away for some time. I thought I would catch up with the one that my heart pined for all these years, but I have a position and a place that I have to hold appearances, and of course I can't just run away with a common lady.
Common lady.
The,
You were
yes,
just in
lady.
town and you just decided to come, just stop by.
Well, my travels have brought me here, as
Mm,
the case may be, and
Yeah.
this is where I'm at.
Mm-hmm.
It is so good to see you. You look amazing. Are
Could
you
you
doing
just
well?
stop talking?
Can I just like feel the stress that Yenfear is emanating and go
No,
look
no.
for him?
No. It'll burn the house down in a
wait.
few moments.
No, it's okay. We gonna go down Jerry Springer style. Just give it.
I'm gonna need a Steve to
Just like-
separate them.
Yeah.
It's like my Yenfear sense is tingling, and I'm like,
Jesus, if you slap him once for
Something
every
wrong.
year he's been gone, his hand's gonna be a bloody pulp.
He's just fucking, oh my god, mincemeat.
Destroys his face. It's nothing but a hamburger. You gotta remember elves, man. They live a
Oh my
long
god.
time.
Yeah, they
can
really
I
do.
please just like come?
Soon. Patience is a virtue.
It's
All right.
it's not my virtue.
All right.
So you just stopped by. You just happened to be in Lansport. That's funny.
Yes.
Mm.
Well, I mean, I didn't happen to be in Lansport, as I mentioned. My business brought me job, my duties.
I'm just gonna look towards Rose. And you let him inside?
Diabear Adventuring Company. Phrasing.
Ah.
I'm sorry, Jack. I know you're trying to be serious.
You don't need me to protect you anymore. From anything, including shiftless individuals who wander the world instead of taking care of their family.
Protect me. Protect me. Protect me. You seem to have forgotten Gafton Kane happening and you and this whole reason I'm doing any of this bullshit fucking going across the universe and fighting fucking dragons when I'd rather be napping. I really would be rather napping here. But no, I'm going across the land to help you. And you let this fucking peasant inside after everything that he's done and not done. And you expect me to just believe
Just kicking the shit out of parents left and right.
that it's to protect me.
No, you're right. It's not to protect you. To protect me.
Like I
hadn't seen him in, and it was a moment, a lapse of good judgment.
I just didn't think you were that desperate.
I'm not that desperate. Excuse me. It's your father. There's
I'm
always going to be.
gonna get slapped by my
There's
mother.
always going to be a. Oh God! Even though I can't believe I'm saying this, a special place in him.
Yeah, it makes me feel sick as well to hear you say that.
Now my rose sense is tingling.
You're like, mother needs defending. He couldn't do so much as send a letter for how long?
Well, I mean, I have enemies, and I didn't want them to be able to use you as leverage against me.
Drag him.
Just hit him. Create a ruckus.
I'm trying. I'm sorry. I'm just like.
Let's honestly, all the rest of you honestly answer this question. Would Yenfir really strike him?
I don't know. What season
I want
is he
you all to
attuned
think
to?
about that.
What season is he attuned to?
That's a good point. What season is Yenfir right now?
Roll a d4.
Go ahead.
All right.
Which one is one?
Spring.
Spring? Okay. What'd you get?
2.
So, summer?
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah,
He
I
would be
believe it.
striking.
Yeah, you would actually.
There would be fists flying.
So they're decide if your hand is cupped so tightly, is balled up so tightly that your fingernails are digging into the palm of your hand.
Okay. Just give me time. I'm warming up, you guys. God, you impatient.
Do you, boo.
Pollies.
Do you.
All right.
Bitch, hold my flower.
Yeah, but we just want to come down and watch you kick the shit out of your dad.
I know.
That's literally the only reason. We're not gonna interfere. We just want to watch.
I know, right?
Stab him in the heart, pull him in close, and whisper in his ear. Shh.
It will all be over
We're
soon.
so.
Oh my god. Ah, Jesus.
Yeah, they're all standing at the edge of the stairs going, ooh.
Except for maybe Arneth. Except for maybe Arneth.
Gillett and Callista are holding Arneth back.
No,
I just
she
imagine at some point, like, Zion just, like, walks down for food, like, literally walks right in between them as he gets food, and then walks in between them, and he goes back, just, like, not giving
It's
a
like,
fuck.
what happened?
It's like he's like the straight man version of Kramer.
Yeah,
much.
yeah.
There's no humor in what he does.
We have food upstairs. That's why there's no reason for us to go downstairs
know.
until we hear a commotion.
Okay, you'll hear one. Just give me some time.
Like, he just
Okay,
stops on the way
alright.
back, which seems like, want to know?
All right. So you didn't send a letter because you have enemies.
All right. I may have been remiss in not providing proper correspondence with you, and I can do nothing more than apologize for that. The time has passed, and I realize that my pride may have been my
Oh,
greatest folly.
hearing you
But
talk physically.
I'm here, and I'm trying to make amends with you.
It looks a lot more like you're here to hit us up for money.
He tugs like self-consciously at his sleeves and kind of clears his throat. Whatever would make you think something like that? Of course, money.
Have you
Snatch
looked
his
at
wig.
Snatch his wig.
What did you say? Sorry.
Snatch his wig. Have you looked in a mirror lately?
Every morning.
Really? Do you not own a straight razor?
I mean, he's clean shaven. Well, he's clean shaven. He's an elf, but
He looks busted as fuck. Okay.
looks a
For an
little
elf,
busted.
he looks a little busted.
Like it works on every fourth click.
Literally.
It works. Just you gotta pop the clutch first as you're going.
Yeah, exactly.
You gotta get into a roll, then pop the clutch and crank it. It's
He's
kinda
one of those cars you buy for like $1,200.
pay here, buy here, pay here.
Yeah, exactly.
It
As
looks great on
is.
the outside. The air
Mm.
conditioner doesn't blow. Every time you turn it on, there's like this little brown mist. Don't
Yeah.
know what it is. And you don't
And
know
it
who
smells like
asked.
weird, but you don't know
It's-
like
It smells like the dankest dank ever.
yeah.
But only in the back seat. You
Yeah.
don't know what-
See, yeah. That's Dad. Okay.
Your dad's a 2002 Honda Accord hatchback.
No, don't do this. Don't do this.
Yeah, he lets everybody have a ride.
Oh!
Wow.
Although the
Right.
Honda Accord is more reliable.
This is
I do have a
true.
Honda Accord, actually. It's a great car.
Hondas are great.
They are great.
I love my
That's why I
Accord.
said they're more reliable. All right.
All right, it's really hard to stay in character when we're talking about Honda Accords. I'm just saying.
Sorry.
I hate to be that guy, but okay. So you never sent anyone to check on us, or
I've
sent a letter, or cared
I-
enough?
I've kept tabs here and there.
Really?
I know that Gafton Kane is no longer a concern.
Did you
And-
find that out when you walked through the door?
No, I knew before that.
Congrats.
I have been keeping tabs here and there. I know that you've become a bit of an entertainer.
Yes.
Although I was surprised at Yenfir. Is that a stage name? I mean, surely it's not your real name.
I'm just gonna look at Rose like, is this motherfucker for real? Like,
Literally.
listen.
She just kind of goes. I should have never opened the door. I am. She looks directly at you, takes your hands, and she goes, I'm sorry. At any time we'd like to escort him out, we can.
Oh,
Let me
no.
beat him
No,
up
no,
first.
No. You don't bring him in here and then let him leave again.
What are you inferring?
I'ma kill this bitch.
Yes.
There it is.
I'm sorry, what?
As he dilates out the door. Can I hear food?
My son's
There's
a
the sound of the door
murderer.
getting blown open as he's just
Yeah.
running out the door. I'm sorry!
Literally.
I'm not even your real mother.
Oh, that's
No,
Awful.
I'm just kidding.
that's even sadder than whatever the fuck this is. All right.
Oh, that is sad.
Okay. Mm-mm. No, I think I've had too much time to think about how much I hated him to kick him out now. He's
Oh.
going to have to put up with it for
You
a
would
while
allow me
at
to stay
least.
then.
Wipe that fucking grin off your face.
Right, I'm sorry. I'm just happy to see you.
Are you?
And the man that you've grown into.
I'm just.
Adversity would not have, you wouldn't have learned a lesson in the lap of luxury. Adversity has taught you well.
Adversity.
Stand on your own 2 feet and be the strong, elven noble that you are.
I grew
You
up
still bear my last
in a
name.
brothel. You fucking. I'm contemplating murder. I'm contemplating murder. Okay.
Steve.
Two breaths.
Steve!
Steve.
Is it bad that I
Steve,
also thought that?
I literally fucking. You're not allowed to. I'm literally going to take away your writing privileges. You're
Steve
on.
blocked.
No, I can't time you out, you motherfucker.
Jack,
Okay.
Jack, I also thought that. I just didn't
Steve, you
say
don't have
it.
to say everything
I
that you
mean-
think.
I
Would
mean,
this
No,
be a good
no,
I mean, if it's
time for-
entertaining,
I was just
I
being
encourage
quiet.
it.
Okay.
Would this be
Um,
a good time for
cut-
Arnab to show up?
Let's say
Okay,
because
okay,
the
hold on,
last
hold
time I
on,
said
hold on.
something,
No,
I
no.
almost choked Maddie.
Hold on.
All right, hold on a second here, and phrasing for you.
Hold
then.
on. Because the audience wants me to hit him. So
Do
I want
Actually, considering the fact that JCC Jeffrey has just gave us a $75 thing on
Murder.
Patreon, he's requesting murder.
murder. Okay. Well,
Hold on. I understand that, but keep in mind what happened the last time somebody murdered someone.
No,
Hey, we
he
just gotta make
wouldn't.
sure
It's
there's
a
no
sacrifice.
witnesses.
No. Yennefer is way too petty for that. He's not gonna. No, he hates him. He hates his dad more than Gafton Kane and Hitler combined. Like, he's gonna keep him alive specifically so he can keep hating him.
Just feed him design.
Yeah.
There's no body left.
Yeah, that's
No
valid.
body.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. Yeah, no, he so deserves it. Oh my god, the timing is so off now, but I'm actually gonna hit him. Yeah, I'm gonna punch him in his fucking
I
stupid.
mean, the last comment he made was the adversity. You wouldn't
Which
have
is
grown
the
into
most
this person."
bullshit thing I have
And
ever
then,
heard.
and then says to you, "Did you keep my last name?"
Yeah, I'm gonna. Oh god, what a piece of shit. Okay, I'm gonna hit him. Yes, let's do that. Let's do that.
Please roll with advantage. A single attack roll.
Oh no, how do I do that?
Okay, so D20 plus your proficiency plus your what is your? I'll let you use dexterity in this case. So what's your dexterity modifier? Yes,
Plus.
the city has pigs.
Deeply,
Yes, I know.
my proficiency bonus is 4,
So 4 plus your dexterity bonus, which is what?
which is dex bonus 3.
So
So-
D20 plus 7. With advantage, so roll it again. Whoa. Okay, what is your strength modifier?
A 0.
Okay.
Luckily
But-
for him.
So it does 1 point of damage, but the resounding. Did you strike him like with the back of your hand, or did you punch him? What did you do?
I feel like I've bitch slapped someone before.
You just
Did I
straight-
bitch slap someone? No, but like I would definitely punch him. He deserves a fist for sure.
Right.
To the face.
He's smiling at you as he finishes the statement. Did you at least keep my last name? To which you say, yes, punctuated with a punch right in the middle of his face. there is a beautifully satisfying crunch. And all of a sudden you watch as black rings start to slowly grow under his eyes,
That's what he
and his
deserves.
nose, which was a beautiful pointed thing, is now slightly skewered, and blood starts pouring down his face. Beside you, Rose goes, she rushes off to the counter, and you can hear her rummaging, and she comes back with a cloth that has been soaked in water, and she holds it out to him. Thank you. It's to keep your blood off my carpet, please. He pushes it to his face.
It's not because I love you, okay?
He pushes it to his face, and he goes, "Well, I do believe I deserve that.
Yeah, to say the least.
If we resort to no more violence, please."
Oh. I thought I was just testing, all those skills I learned from growing up in adversity and
Yeah,
all of that.
Well done. Capital game.
Mm-hmm.
That really hurt.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go see a cleric, I believe.
Please do.
In the back of my throat, I can't breathe.
Don't forget to return. I have more punches for you.
No, it's quite all right. Rose, do you still have the ring that I gave you? Rose says, "No, I don't.
No, I hucked it in the river. No, I'm just kidding.
I gave it to my son."
You gave me his ring?
And remember, it's a nice sized ruby,
It is a nice-
like on the top of that ring.
Mm-hmm. It's a big chonker.
No, it is not Titanic.
Oh no. Wow.
All right.
I hate it.
He says, "Right, so I'll just be going then. Good to know. If you have any questions for me, I'm staying over in the... there's a lot of blood. I'm staying over in the Font district, with the council. I have a meeting in the morning."
Okay, I'll find you. And if I can't find you, you better run to the end of the earth. Because I will. Have a good night.
Yeah, as well. It was a pleasure meeting you.
Fuck you.
I deserve that, yeah. And he opens the door, and Rose has her hands folded in front of her for a moment, looking down at her hands. Sheepishly, I would say, is the best way of describing that. She is very quiet. Normally, the font of wisdom and answers that you need, she's usually there for you. For once, she seems to be devoid of any of those answers, and
Good, because
oddly
I'm big mad at
unwise.
her too. I'm big mad at her. If I didn't love her
Arneth,
almost more than Arneth.
you hear
She'd be
the
a
door
punch, too.
downstairs slam closed, and you know that Yenfir was downstairs. You're not sure what happens. What happened, I should say.
You know when people get super heated and they're like pacing because they're so heated? They gotta get that big mad energy out without committing arson. Yenfir's gonna go do that in the sitting room a little bit. So he doesn't make any decisions he regrets.
Your hand hurts, by the way. Not
yeah.
It's not broken, but it still hurts.
I'm sure I'll whine about it later, but right now I'm like I'm too big mad.
You're doing that unconscious thing where you're shaking your hand as you walk and just.
Piece of shit. Pussy ass bitch.
Arneth, as you get downstairs, you can see Yenfir, who is. I don't think you've ever seen him this angry.
Yeah, like
Like,
there was Captain Kane angry, and then there's like fucking Dad angry.
And there's this.
There's whatever the hell this is.
Well,
he was
Arneth's
angry at
gonna...
Captain Kane because he didn't feel like he had power over Captain Kane.
Mm-hmm.
But here, this situation is, your dad is a beggar, pretty much.
Like the biggest coward he has ever met, and then he has the audacity to ask if he kept his name, and he's like, "Oh my, this bitch better not say
I
one
just
more
want your
goddamn word."
first words to Arneth to be, Kelly, Kelly.
He will tartly limp over and kind of like, I'm sure Yenfir passes him once, twice, and then he'll reach out his arm to like catch him. What happened?
What happened? You didn't hear? What happened? My father just walked through the door after how many years? Piece of shit. Beggar peasant.
You should have called me.
Ooh.
We could have beat him up together.
I would have held him.
Yeah.
I'd have held him. I'll hold you punch. Yeah, I honestly, it slipped my mind.
Do I notice him like holding his fist?
He had the audacity to insult me, and he hurt my hand with his stupid face.
I'm like expecting the next daddy issue question to be like, why didn't he love me enough to stay?
Ugh.
I'm gonna have to teach you how to punch properly, so that won't happen next time.
A very, very quiet Rose says, he seemed to do all right on his own.
I believe it. I'm surprised you let him walk out here alive.
Oh man, I really don't want to do this to my own mom, but I am so mad at her. I'm about to just snatch that wig. I wouldn't have had to do any of this if you'd not been so stupid as to let some fucking vagrant in here. You're a working lady, but of all women, I thought you'd have some dignity.
What
that
the
hurt me
fuck?
physically to say.
Oh, they're standing there looking like a deer in the headlights.
Yeah.
He's about to get murdered.
The long skirt that she wears, she straightens out the hem, or straightens out the pleats on the skirt, crosses her leg over, puts her hand on top of the other on her knee. I do have dignity. I do have pride. Yes, I let him in here, if nothing more than to flaunt how well I had done without him. And to show him the son that he left abandoned had grown into be a man that he would have been. I understand you're angry, but you can dull that ire on something else. I will not take that. Are we clear? Do we have a clear and concise understanding?
Ugh. Okay. I'm just gonna leave the room. I'm gonna walk out the room silently by myself and lick my fucking wounds.
Arnett is going right out after him. He'll grab him by like the arm and say, "You need to apologize right
I
now.
don't need to do shit.
You should apologize to her."
Apologize to
upset,
her.
but she didn't
Apologize to
deserve
her
that.
for sleeping with such a
I know you're upset, but she did not deserve that. You can do it once you've calmed down in the morning before we leave.
I'm going to bed. Good night.
Oh.
As you pass back by the parlor, Yenfir stalking up the staircase. Arneth, you're fast behind him. Or are you gonna wait for a second or two?
He'll wait.
Okay.
He's got to
Arnett,
make sure his mom-in-law's okay.
You stomp up the stairs angrily, blood pounding in your ears still. Arneth, I'd like for you to give me a perception check, please.
Okay. Come on.
That's summer attunements, no fucking joke, man.
No.
No.
Aww.
That's a 7. Okay. What are you doing? Arneth is stomped up, or Yenfir is stomped up the staircase. Rose hasn't come out of the parlor.
He would go check on her. You know,
Okay.
like peek his head in. Are you okay?
She quickly clears her throat and kind of does this motion right here. I'm fine, thank you for asking.
It's okay to cry and be upset. That was rough.
He has every right to be angry, but I don't deserve that. He can be angry with his father. The best I could for the two of us.
You did.
We know Yenfir doesn't emotion well, okay?
He's a mess. Oh, he's definitely gonna give her some hugs before he retires.
As you engulf her in the embrace, you can feel her small frame just kind of shudder against you. And then she finally clears her throat one more time and takes the edge of her gown and just kind of dabs at her face, and then she smiles and pats your chest and she says, "Get some rest. I'm going to try to get some."
Yeah.
And she goes upstairs and retires to her room, which is Gafton Kane's room. Now that the wall that was originally like blown out has been repaired.
Yeah, she has a nice office now. She painted. She put some plants in there.
Yeah,
Bam.
painting or two.
Yeah.
The couch is a futon.
Yeah.
Folds it out and sleeps on.
Mm-hmm.
Got her name and lettering on the door.
It has this little painting on the side that says "Boss Babe." You know.
Everything is bedazzled.
Thankfully so.
She's got
Her
these like
handbag.
sceneries from the wine paint nights in Landsport.
Yeah.
Of course. The lady loves her paint nights.
All right. You all sleep the next day. Or I should say later that morning. Rose is once again at her job, at her business. She is looking over ledgers. The door to her room, her quarters, which is also her office, is open. And as you pass by, you can see she's sitting at her desk. She has 2 rather large ledgers open in front of her. And you see her like going through one and checking something off, and then going through another one and writing something.
Bookkeeping.
How
All
much?
right.
How much did you tell the rest of the party?
I wouldn't have said anything.
I-
But Arnett is definitely trying to get Yenfear to apologize.
I don't know.
Like as soon as Yenfear wakes up, he just whispers, "Apologize."
Go apologize to your sweet, perfect mother, okay? You piece of shit. Hold on. I'm trying to think. No, I don't think Yennefer would have said anything unless somebody literally ran into him while he was fuming. He would not
Is he
have
still
told.
fuming at this time?
No, no, I mean like the night before, but now he's like he's a little embarrassed about his actions.
All right.
Now that he's a little more rational. Yeah, he was a massive dick, for sure. So he's gotta go. He's gotta go do what he's gotta do. So
Before you do that, rest of the party, what do you do?
Do we get the benefits of a long rest, yay or nay?
You do.
Zion's
So
just
everybody
prepping this stuff.
prepping stuff.
Callista's ready to go, except she doesn't look like Callista. She looks like a common
A
A common what?
thief.
thief.
Thief. We're going for dark clothes, dark hair.
Cadillac. What was it? Time bomb.
Yeah, something
Right.
like that. And
Let's
then she wants to go talk to Rose because
Be lied at Rose's door.
it's mostly because what little she knows about the underworld, there's a good chance that if there's a brothel, it has some connection with the underworld. And that's
makes
the
you say
extent
that.
of,
That's so sweet.
that is the extent of Callista's knowledge about the underworld.
I mean, you're right.
She has had no reason to know this information before now.
All right.
Unlike Annalise, who would know exactly what to do.
All right. Design.
Mm-hmm.
Preparing to leave. Anything else that you would like to do?
Well, during that whole fracas the night before, he would have had the rest of the party up there and informed them that basically to not count on him being able to shift into a dragon whenever we fight what it is that took Grimly, because all of them managed to get away and all of them saw him shift into a dragon. So they probably took measures to prevent that in some form, either by location or such like that.
That's
Gillet?
smart.
He's just finishing up his morning meditation, because he does it before bed too. Otherwise, he's ready to go, waiting to figure out where else to go. So he'd probably be on the heels of his wife.
And then Arneth. Other than
Making
pestering
sure
Yennefer.
Standing
Yenfear.
outside the door, arms
Yes,
crossed,
he's
looking
going
around.
to escort him there, so he doesn't run away.
All right. Before we come back to that, Grimly. It's been hours, maybe. You're not sure. There's no windows, so there's no light. The door slides open, and the candle, and you see a couple of people walk in, including the creepy-looking guy in the red robes. A plate of something not unpleasant is kind of chucked down in front of you, which is good because that means they're going to let you out of the chains from your arms have been held up here above your head for some, that your fingers are starting to go numb. And it was made for a human or somebody larger, since your feet are off the ground too, which only
Aw,
put
rip.
more pressure on your ribs, which made it hard for you to breathe. So as the chains are released and you hit the ground, the bruises on the bottoms of your feet and your legs sting as you crumple down. But you're happy to have food and you can breathe. It still hurts, but you can breathe. The man in the creepy robes, the creepy guy in the red robes kneels down, putting his hands on his knees, leaning at you. He goes, I suspect your friends will come soon. I have a few surprises for you, but they're going to need to know where you are. And proof of life, I would suspect.
I don't like the sound of that at all.
Same.
You're like, what are you gonna do? Take a couple fucking fingers?
Enjoy your meal, little one. And he like ruffles the top of your head, like your hair. He runs his hands through your hair.
I smack it. Get out of here. No.
You go to smack it, but your hands are just numb, and you just kind of like wail at him harmlessly. Good to see there's a little fight left in you yet. Might have to beat that out of you once you've had your fill. Looking at it, you can see that there's not a whole lot here. There's not a whole lot of food on that plate. Water of some sort is put down next to it. Two of the darker figures that took their time hitting you over and over again stand at the door with their arms crossed as he leaves. They watch you eat. You don't know what's under the masks that they wear because it keeps their faces hidden well. But whatever it is, it's a cruel, cruel language. It almost hurts to hear them talk. Grimly is a cleric. Just so that somebody's asking that.
Yeah, I was just.
One of them watches as you take your first bites of food and sustenance in, and you take a drink, and the water is brackish, but it's wet. So at least there's something. Thankfully, your goblin constitution has had worse. As soon as you get like maybe 2 or 3 bites in you, one of them walks over and kicks the plate away from you. The other one throws the water at you and takes the cup of the plate. The other one, you're too weak to do much of anything, grabs you and lifts you up again. And once again, finds you chained, hanging against the wall. The muscles around your rib cage stretch and ache once again. As you go to try to do something with your fingers to try to relieve it, maybe just a little heat spell. One of them takes that cruel flat stick that they've been using, like a sword almost, but it's made of wood and it's real flexible. And once again hits you across the leg. You immediately stop. But you don't cry.
Maybe this will make me grow a couple inches.
He's just stretching the goblin out.
It's fine. I'll just get taller.
They chuckle again. What languages does Grimly speak? I know he speaks goblin.
Common, Goblin, and if I remember correctly, Celestial.
Okay, none of those.
None of those.
They speak to one another, and you hear that evil, that grating laugh that they have as they walk out and close the door.
I'm coming,
room.
baby.
Is once again bathed in darkness. Even though your dark vision, you can see there's just inside of the cell. Maybe your friends will get here soon. I would just like to say, oh my damn, really? All right, well, that bleakness is over with.
After I'm done having my daddy issues, I'll come rescue you. I promise. And I'll give you like
I'm
so many
so
bucks.
sorry.
You are
dude.
not gonna see
I'm
Yinfir
sorry.
for the next 150 years while he works out these daddy issues.
Oh my god, yeah, right?
You go. Okay, so you go to see mom first.
Oh, I'm like, oh god.
She closes the ledgers, sets one on top of the other one. And
I
slides
like
them
to
aside.
say that Arnef literally just shoves him into the room.
You stumble in. She crosses her fingers and leans her chin on her hands. How can I help you?
Did you sleep okay? Don't you fucking laugh.
She unfolds her hands and sits them on her desk properly. Yes, I did. And yourself?
Yes, thanks.
All of your needs tended to?
Mhm.
Is there...
I'm gonna walk over. Is the door open or closed?
No, it's open.
Still open? Okay, I'm gonna go walk over and just look Arnest dead in the eye and just fucking close the door. I love you, but this is personal.
I immediately press my ear to the door.
Callista's gonna walk down as this is happening. What the fuck is going on?
I'm just gonna Arnef will hold up his
Well, remember
finger
that
and then motion her
your
away.
room and her room are all on the same floor.
Ah, gosh.
Walk across the hallway.
Yeah. Like, well, she went to go see Rose, and then she watches
Oh.
Yinfir close the door, and she's like,
Okay.
Just like
Sad. Well, say I imagine at
"We
this
have
point
shit to
Zine
do!"
goes. I imagine like while that's happening, Zine goes by and is like, drama. What else is new? And goes downstairs.
Honestly. He's not wrong.
just give them a second.
It's gonna take more than a second for that.
I feel
Hey,
so
let's
bad
just
for
say-
this mom that doesn't exist in real life, but I feel for
Played
her
by a
like she
big
does.
bearded guy.
Oh yeah, you're doing great, sweetie.
Is there something I can help you with?
Yes. I'll walk over and just kind of like really gingerly rest my hands on her hands. I just wanted to apologize for thank you, Grumpy Cleric.
She's like this really
throwing it.
beautiful small elf.
Mhm. Big old beard.
Beard. Like
Yeah.
curls. Anyways.
See, and
Fantastic.
this is why I keep Grumpy Cleric around. Is the
Honestly, it's good shit. I-
Rose Tandrick isn't.
Yeah, wow. Yinfir is fucked up, man. God damn.
Rose is secretly 3 dwarves and an elven outfit.
Stop.
Leave.
Serious moment.
Sorry.
Serious moment, people.
Alright.
Improv. Okay.
We don't know what serious moments are. You should have realized this by now.
I wanted to apologize for my words last night. You didn't deserve that, and it didn't come from any place that meant anything to me. It was just out of anger, and I'm sorry.
Thank you. Apologizing. You're correct. It was a place of anger. No matter how hurt you may have been or may be, I still love you. You are still my son. Everything is fine. And she pats your hand gently.
Me in real cries. Ginfir cries. Okay. I was just really surprised. I guess I just never thought I'd ever get to see him, I guess. And
I myself was a bit taken aback.
and just all those things he said, I just you loved him? Him? He's horrible.
She smiles and kind of laughs. I wasn't always as wise and rueful as I am.
Oh, he's so bad.
Yes, I understand. So there's a philosophy that I want you to remember. If you give someone 10 gold pieces with a promise that they will pay you back, they aren't a good person. They disappear from your life, taking your 10 gold pieces. Perhaps it was money well spent.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's a relief. That's all I can say. I was wondering about something though. He said, "What's with Kelly?"
I have no idea. I swear I'd never name you Kelly in all of my life.
You promise.
I'd
Please.
never.
Oh, thank God, that's an awful name. Okay,
I agree.
I can sleep now. I can
Especially
sleep.
given the character of the person who had the name. By the way, how's your hand?
It hurts a lot.
Good. Remember one thing. Don't you ever speak to me that way again. Do you understand me, young man?
Yes, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
She pulls you down and kisses you on the forehead. She says, "Good. Now, I believe your boyfriend is waiting for you." She's like trying to find the right words.
I don't know. You're like half orc guy. Your roommate.
Oh my god, they were
The
rooming.
fellow that you
What
make the
beat me
beast with
to
two
it?
backs with is waiting for you.
Stop talking. Stop talking. La 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 la.
La, 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 la.
All right. And I'll scoop her up into like the biggest hug my 0 strength modifier can give her. And yeah, wow, that's so sad when I think about
Go find your friend. I worry.
And-
yeah.
Assuming that I've been listening to this entire thing, I'm going to open the door for Callista to go in.
Now, I don't look like Callista. I look like somebody else. But
Are you looking for work, dear?
no. Oh, I'm sorry. She's going to reveal her hand.
Oh.
Left hand with the wedding ring.
Oh. Interesting disguise.
You two were just out there.
Eavesdropping is what they were doing. Yes. Mhm.
I'll be honest,
Sounds
I didn't
rude.
hear anything.
Sure you didn't.
I did.
Tiefling ears.
No, Arneth wouldn't let me near the door.
I heard everything.
So I have no idea what's going on. But we have Grimly to find.
We do. Well,
Rose, I was this might be a
He's
little
just
bit,
hanging around.
this might be a little
no.
presumptuous to ask, but you wouldn't happen to have any contacts with the underbelly of the city, would you?
She was standing and she sits at the edge of her desk, kind of like leaning, sitting on it.
that's presumptuous. You think she would have connections to the underground of
She runs a
Landsgate?
brothel.
Look,
She
you.
runs a brothel.
What? I run a brothel.
Gets her little black book. Her little Rolodex of
What do you
killers for hire.
Looking for, well, someone who.
need? You cut
Try
out.
that again.
Sorry. Someplace that it would be good to keep somebody where they wouldn't hurt if they were being tortured.
since I can only assume that's what's happening to Grimly.
There's a lot of places here in Lansport. If you're looking for anyone particular, I
Okay.
can give you the name of someone, but I don't know that the noose has anything to do with this.
Oh, I don't believe that the noose has anything to do with it.
Oh, ugh. The noose.
I just believe that they may be able to point us in the right direction.
All
And then whatever's on the other side of those doors, better hope.
Go get Grimly. There's a place in the southern side of the docks, up against the cliff edge. It's called the Overlook. It's a seedy place, if you will.
What a surprise.
My person.
Sorry.
You're looking for a bugbear. His name is Gorzit. Gorzit, as I slip out of Rose's accent.
Gorzit.
Gorzit. You can't spell, right?
Are you illiterate?
We're properly educated whores here.
They are. They are the fucking highest educated whores this side of Lansport.
We're in Lansport.
This side of
Silverhaven?
yeah.
I was going to say that. I think Silverhaven is the comparison you go over there, my dear.
Listen, I'm fucking tired. Okay, let me live.
So, you have a name and someone to talk to.
Okay,
Good place to start.
that's where she's going. She's literally just going to tug on Gillet's sleeve and she's walking out the door.
All right. And I take it the rest of you are like jogging behind.
Maybe.
Yeah, once I've gotten over
Yeah.
my fucking weird feelings. Sure. I feel super bad for my mom, so I get her flowers and leave them for her before I go.
Is there anything else you'd like to give her?
A hug.
A smooch on the cheek.
Did you give her
Did I give her the pendant?
Yes.
During the
Yes.
wedding.
Wedding. Yes.
Wait, did I give her? Yes, I did.
Yes.
Hold on. Let me just open my bag of holding on
Tell-
D&D Beyond.
Joey,
And
stop it. Creamy whores. Cadbury cream whores.
stop! I hate it. This is my mother you're talking about.
No, we're talking about the rest of the courtesans. She's
Oh,
a
okay, they're
business
fine.
lady at this point in
Mhm.
time.
Although it does service on special requests and special occasions.
She will if it's certain clients.
She has her own client base that only comes for her.
Christmas,
In more ways than
birthdays,
one.
bar mitzvahs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. She can afford to be choosy now. She's made it.
They're called benefactors. Hello.
Okay, duh.
How do you think this place keeps running? God.
I respect
Because-
you. I respect you.
Because she runs a respectable place.
She does. It's called a business.
Business is booming.
Business
She's
is
got a
banging.
Patreon.
I was about to say, it's absolutely banging.
I hate this so much.
But Jack, this was your idea. This is from your background.
Listen, you're right, actually.
So you opened the floor to us with this entire thing, and it's all your fault.
It is my fault.
I encourage it. All right. What are you doing? Are
Um,
you doing anything else before you leave?
I really kind of want to see. God, I really kind of
I
want to
really
get
want
some.
to save Grimly.
That's
That's
what
I
I'm
really
saying.
want to
Well,
do.
so do I.
Before
Don't get me
every-
wrong,
Okay.
but I'm really.
Zion is going to do something before everybody leaves, though.
You.
Well, you better be quick because she is literally, as soon as she's got that information, she's out the fucking.
She's like sliding down the banister.
The only
Yeah, she's
person,
already,
the
like,
only person
gone.
she's told is her husband because she is going to get this little goblin by herself if she has to.
Yeah.
Well, it's okay. We all know Gillet's gonna tell
About
fucking.
to say if Zion notices her like bolting out the door, he'll probably try to grab her to stop her.
Well, do remember she doesn't look like an elf. She looks like a thief.
True.
She's stolen
Is
something.
Gillet
grab her.
following you though?
Yeah, that's a
That's
dead giveaway.
That's the tell right there.
Not what you look
No matter
like. it's
what
who's
you
following
disguise
you.
yourself as, it's always Gillet behind you. And I figure he has this shaggy run where his hands are out by his side, just kind of knuckles down, and his feet are just doing the low.
Oh my lord.
Well, he is now, yeah.
It's canon.
God damn it, we're
Yeah,
trying to like
that's-
be serious with this and we can't. We can't even take Grimley's rescue seriously.
I'm gonna write a little letter. Where did piece of shit sorry, Kelly, say that he was staying?
It was an inn that is right outside of the Fort District.
Okay. I'm
There's
gonna
no
write a
places
little
to stay in the Fort District.
Okay. I am gonna write a little letter to him. Telling him, don't
Dear piece of shit.
dear piece of shit, Dad, whom I hate.
Never.
Never talk again. Never have sex ever again because you don't deserve anything nice. Including great children like myself.
Well,
Got awkward. I love it.
No, I'm gonna tell him to fucking stay put or else, because I have some business with him. I just have to deal with something first. So, yeah, and he knows where to find me, because if he needs to find me, just fucking try the sash. I'm there like 50% of the time, so.
When in Lansport.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
All right. So you're leaving a letter, and I take it
Mhm.
you're dropping it by a courier that can run away with it and
Yeah.
do whatever. All right.
Yes.
As the party gathers to leave and go find their missing friend, we are going to take a 10-minute break. We'll come back at the top of the hour to continue the last hour of the show. We're going to go refill our drinks and go potty and do things. I would encourage you all. Again, we want to thank our sponsor, D&D Beyond, at dndbeyond.com. I want to thank all of you who are here with me, including Joey, who dropped a huge $75 Patreon on us. We really appreciate that. That is amazing. I want to thank Grumpy Cleric and let's see, we have Crimson Souls and everybody here, Captain Paragon. I don't know, Jason, are you still around here or did you take off for the day? But thank you all. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Like I said, we just got to go. So we'll be back at the top of the hour. See you in 10 minutes. 10 minutes. 10 quick minutes. Thanks, guys.
You're always stuck in my head, you know I can't forget it. I try to move on, but you're the one that I dream about. I sit alone in my room, drawing up pictures of blue skies. We've been apart for so long, I'm always replaying all the pictures and memories stacked up in my head. I wish I could let you go, I wish I could just forget you. I can never shake you off. You're stickier than my super glue. I can never shake you off. I'm always trying to get rid of you. I'm never shaking you off. say you move on. I know I don't belong in this fantasy world I put you and me in. I cover up both my ears, cause I know, baby, it's working. It's working. Never shake you off. You're stickier than the super glue. I can never shake you off. I'm always trying to get rid of you. been keeping myself so busy, pushing out the misery, trying to find the peace in me. I wanna be, I wanna find myself, but again, it's always a phase. I wanted to stay, no you don't understand. I've been losing myself, I've been losing myself. I've been keeping myself so busy, pushing out the misery, trying to find the peace in me. I wanna be, I wanna find myself, but again, it's always a phase. I wanted to stay, no you don't understand. I've been losing myself, I've been losing myself. I've been keeping myself so busy, pushing out the misery, trying to find the peace in me. I wanna be, I wanna find myself, but again, it's always a phase. I wanted to stay, no you don't understand. I've been losing myself, I've been losing myself. I've been keeping myself so busy, pushing out the misery, trying to find the peace in me. I wanna be, I wanna find myself, but again, it's always a phase. I wanted to stay, no you don't understand. I've been losing myself, I've been losing myself.
So purely, I'm pushing myself to the edge, not letting go away. Been testing myself by the worst. I've been pushing my mind to the most. I've been loving the people around me, but I'm so paranoid, I'm so paranoid, yeah.
Welcome back, me and everybody else. So we took that at perfect timing because Steve's whole everything went out. I believe he said he had a power blip, like a brownout.
No, it was full blackout for a good 30 seconds.
Oof. Well, welcome back.
Yeah, welcome back.
Maddie will be right back with us to jump back in the campaign. Real quick, again, D&D Beyond, want to thank them for being our sponsor for this and for future campaigns. They are fantastic. They are the team that runs that is actually local here in Huntsville. It's Curse. They are fantastic. Go check out their other products at cursegame.com, I think. I'll double check that link. But also, again, huge thanks to JCC Boo Jeffries, who is Joey, who's one of my regular players at Lucky Dice Cafe. And you yourself can come play regularly with me here at Lucky Dice Cafe. On Fridays, we run our adventure night where I run anything under the sun. This week, I am going to be taking a page out of V's book, and we're going to actually be running Monster of the Week. So
Woo!
this Friday will be Monster of the Week, so I got some reading to do, just a little bit. But if I can tackle it, if I can tackle Rollmaster, which is every table under the sun, I can handle Monster of the Week. I'm good. But well, hi, Pink Rambo's handler, aka Mama Bear.
Mom.
Right? Mom. We do have some upcoming announcements on Tuesday night. Tomorrow will be our science fiction campaign, which is Esper Genesis is the system. It is a companion for 5th edition, and Eric is in that one, and it is run by our very own Jason, who is Captain Paragon, who was in chat earlier, but he works evening, so he's probably taken off for the night to get a nap in before he goes to work. And then on Wednesday, our Monster of the Week has ended. For now. So no more Monty. But we will be having Maddie will be running a one-shot that she ran for PAX South, right?
Yes.
And that will be this Wednesday. So tune in. And then coming up here on Thursdays, Maddie will be running Maddie's going to be running like more games than I'm going to be running. Maddie's going to be running.
Well, at least streamed on Dire Bear.
Yeah, streamed. Maddie will be running more games than I am. And then on Sundays in the near future, once again, Maddie will be running a game. On Wednesday, it's a homebrew, or on Sundays, it's a homebrew game. So there we go. If you are a DM, aspiring DM, I've never really tried to DM before, but I've always wanted to run this. Reach out to us on Discord. We'll have room for you. That's what Wednesday nights are for.
Yeah.
In the near future, sometime in May, I have convinced the owner and operator of Arcane Library, who puts out fantastic modules for play in 5e. I will be running one of their games, and they will be playing in this game with us coming up in May. Along with that, I am working furiously with a particular group that may change the course, but never the content, of Dire Bear. We will see. I am waiting to hear back from them, but nerdsmith.org is their site. They're doing a subscription drive. They have fantastic content. They let all of their creators have control over their intellectual property. Never take over that. They work to combine and clear some of the roadblocks in the way for creators. Go and give them a look. They are a fantastic group of people. I sat in on one of their they have this thing called Discover RPG, where it is they talk about RPGs and ideas and things like that. And we had a very, very riveting discussion about economy and gold and value of things in a campaign, tabletop campaign, including a society like the Federation of Planets, Star Trek, whatever, where there's no real currency, that there is no longer a need for this thing. You have it, want it is fulfilled, and what becomes value at that point in time, if there's no need for material components, what becomes the true trade. And it was a really good conversation, and we talked about the values of other things in the society that has no monetary food with one another. So the butcher may trade with the farmer, and then they may trade with the tanner to get the things that they need, and the clothier, and so forth and so on. And it becomes a really interesting system. So it was a really great conversation. They do that every week. So again, nerdsmith.org is their site, and they are a network of D&D streamers and content creators and things like that, and it's really good. More of that to come in the future. The next big announcement that I would like to say is that we have several catchphrases that have really kind of taken off with all of us that we joke about over and over again. Open your throat and don't choke being one of them. From the Monster of the Week, Jesus just likes you as a friend. From our very own Yenfear, screaming out, "I got spell slots, bitch." All of those will be available as merchandise. And
And-
including the Dire Bear Adventuring Company logo with the Dire Bear with the D20 in its mouth. All of those will be available as an ordered item. Tell us what you want, what size. We'll get that all for you. If you want a hat, if you want a shirt, whatever, we can get that done. I'm actually working with Lucky Dice to create that content, and I will have pricing and everything else for you soon. And that will appear on the panel here on Twitch as well as other locations. So keep your eyes open for that. Now that I've done advertising and the marketing part, let's get back to the story. So you gather your group and you run towards the Overlook, making your way through Lanceport. Some storm bank, not a heavy one, but a light one, seems to have rolled off of the ocean. And it's that wonderful mist that just kind of hangs in the air and just rushes onto you and clings to you. By the time you get to the Overlook, you're all just a bit sodden. The place itself is actually built into one of the cliff faces here overlooking docks. And you can see that it's a wooden facade that's built into this kind of rocky berm. And as you look through the leaded glass, it's hard to see in there as the inside of it is covered in the filth, dust, and kind of a film smoke or something. The door open. You open the door, and who is leading the way into? Okay.
I'll lead.
Let's say Callista said she was going to lead.
Oh, okay. Then I'll be behind Callista.
I'll be behind Arnett. Yes.
Let's say not Zine. Because Zine currently, if I can find it, is actually
An owl.
Actually, no. Not an owl. He will actually tap Arneth. And we'll say, I'll ask him if, would you freak out if there was a spider on you?
No.
Good.
Have you met Arnett? I mean,
And he will.
It's like, what are you talking about? I have tons
he
of
will
spider
kind of put
friends.
both hands on Arneth's shoulders. He will jump, and
It's the biggest
no, he'll turn into a tiny spider.
like the
Like a-
size of
like
a
a tiny
Pomeranian.
Tiny
You
spider.
didn't say what size it was.
And he will just kind of
It's like a Shih Tzu dog.
like inside one of probably I think you're wearing like some sort of coat, right?
Yeah, he has like fluff. Like, don't you have feathers now?
Yeah. Yeah, he's kind of like hidden inside the rock feathers and
Okay.
a tiny spider form.
Lucky for you,
feathers
because
that are like that
if you
long.
weren't hiding, I'd be killing. So
The rock feathers that are like that long.
yeah.
Yeah, he's hiding in that cloak as a tiny spider.
Okay. As you open the door and you enter the place, you can realize that it does not open onto like a regular flat floor. It's actually a deep balcony, and as you kind of look over it, you can see down below a pit, a ringed wooden area, tables pushed around and close to it, some of them shoved out. Inside of the pit is packed dirt and sand. You can see that it's scuffled up. The walls rising up out of the pit are probably about 10 feet, so it's 10 feet into there, and you can see a door on the far side that seems to swing open, a set of double doors that swings open into either corridor or something. This level, you can see that there are several people who have gathered around and they're watching. There's not currently anything going on in the pit, but where they would be able to sit, they could look down in there. There's a bar against the far wall, which would be the ocean side. And behind the bar, you can see an orc standing there. One tusk is completely gone, and you can see what looks to be a scar that runs from about the corner of his mouth or so, jaggedly down to his jawline, and then all the way back up to his ear. One piece of it, like the top part of his ear, is just completely gone.
Sexy.
Yep. He looks at you with deep bags under his eyes, and kind of gives you a grunt as he sees Arneth and then Gillett walk in, he asks you in Orcish, "What can I get you, Ken?"
I'm just gonna shove Gillett over. You get to do the talking this time.
Looking for a bugbear.
You're to fight a bugbear.
Whether or not we fight depends on how meeting goes.
Any particular bugbear you looking for?
I would know if I had saved my freaking notepad file before my blackout.
Gorzit. Gorzit.
Thank you.
Rule of SOS, my friend.
Goes
Gorzit.
downstairs. He'll be holding down a chair near the pit.
Thank you
Well,
kindly.
That went really well.
He points down further down the bar, and you can see the railing for a staircase that seems to be.
All right. Start going that way.
Right. You head that direction, and as you go downstairs, there's not a whole lot of patrons here. It's probably about midday, considering how much time you guys slept until to get your rest and everything. There's not a whole lot of patrons, but you can see a few people that are kind of milling about. Somebody seems to be flipping through some parchment that they have in a book, and they're just quietly drinking. Handsome guy, longish kind of hair, about down to his shoulder. Seems to be wearing like a kind of a lightweight jacket. Scruff on his face, but he kind of looks up with eyes. You can see he's got bangles or bracelets and stuff like this on his wrists, on both of them. He just kind of gives you like that, and then he goes back to reading the book that he's looking through, and muttering to himself. As you go past him, you see towards the edge of the pit on the opposite side of where the bar would have been upstairs, you see what can only be one of the biggest, nastiest, most mat-furred bugbears that you've ever seen. Broad face, shoved squash nose, big ears. And he's kind of like doing like this in his chair, like he's just kind of dancing in his seat.
Sounds gorgeous.
Oh, sure.
Absolute unit.
He's an absolute unit.
Gillett has a type.
Right?
The more you know.
I have concern. Anyways,
Why do you
The
think
only
Calista still
bugbear.
has the hat of disguise? Come on now.
I'm not shaming anybody.
Roleplay
do you,
time.
boo-boo. You do you.
Hey, Callista, it'd be kind of hot if you, like, you know.
So what have you ever fantasized about? Well, this is gonna sound crazy, but hear me out. I'm thinking bugbear. All right, the only bugbear you see in the entire place. He's got a mug in front of him, and you see him pulling from it every once in a while, puts it down.
All right.
I'm trying to decide if I want to go first or if I should.
Oh, Callista's not waiting.
Okay.
There she go.
She is, she's not striding fast. She makes it sort of look like she's meandering. Is there an empty chair next to him?
Oh yeah.
She slides into it.
He looks up from his drink.
Basically gonna stand there like a bodyguard behind Calista.
Same.
I'm over in the corner like, oh, fuck.
Which
I'm
means she,
nervous.
I'll say, which means she technically has 3 because also Zine. Even if he's
Zine's
10
So-
better.
Word
Oh,
on the
yeah,
street is you can help us find somewhere.
Word on the street.
That depends on what you're looking for.
Well, you see, we're looking for a quiet place
Are you looking for a quiet place inside your mind or somewhere else?
Not in my mind, trust me. If I wanted my mind, I.
You never know. An altered experience might be something truly, truly wonderful about.
What?
Oh
Never
my god,
mind.
he's hot.
Oh my god,
It's
he's hot.
great. I love him.
Look, we're looking for a quiet place that somebody might be able to torture somebody else
Oh,
without being overheard.
I get what you're into. I like it. Can't say I would take of it myself, but I like it. I might be able to help you find a quiet place like it. Gonna cost you though.
Oh, it'll cost me?
Course it will. Ain't shit for free in Lanceport, baby.
That I know. So what it'll cost me to get this information?
I don't dabble in gold so much as passing secrets along. Knowledge, that's true power, baby. That's the true power. So, what do you got to trade old gold?
I just realized what I think is the inspiration for this bugbear, and you're getting high-fived on Sunday, sir.
Honestly, I'm feeling it as well.
Not Rick James.
Trying to think of what she would know.
What kind of secrets dost she hold?
You gotta jive with the music of your life.
Depends on what
I want
kind
to
of.
know what you think I've messaged. You got to message me and tell me what you think it's.
I will later.
Okay.
It's it really depends on what sort of information you're looking besides about secrets.
Don't
You're looking
play
for something.
games with me, baby. Just tell me what you know. You show me yours. I'll definitely show you mine.
No.
I know. You know what? I know of a place nail on a big score. Thousands and thousands of, and it's just sitting there for the take.
Well, you had my attention, now you got my interest.
I'll give you the location if you give me my information.
I like lean over and whisper to Arnath, I like her style. She's doing great.
We're all just like so proud of her.
Under the illusion she's like fucking shit terrified, but she's in too deep now.
It's like, well,
everyone's struggling not to.
How big of a place are you looking for? Small room. Or a big room?
It would have to be at least big enough to hold goblins. And a couple torturers that are likely about his side, and she'll point to Gillet.
It's a little sick, a little kinky. I like it.
She's not even gonna try and like dissuade him from the thought that this is something sexual. Like it's like, no, I'm just.
Listen.
Yeah, I'm just weird that way.
I may know a place or two like that. So, what you're looking for? The city, if you notice, is kind of built on a bowl. The cliff side being higher, and the fort side being higher than it is in the middle. Lots of places underneath the cliffs, of course. You look in the docks. The simple house. I'll even give you the address.
And he writes down a location. And his handwriting is actually kind of flourished. It's, for being a bugbear, it's like an interesting thing that he does. He rolls it up and he goes,
Here's mine, Mama. Where's yours?
She'll pull out a sheaf of paper.
Mhm.
And then she will write down very detailed instructions on how to get to the castle where Lucky gave his life for the party.
okay, I originally thought you were going to go with Lidash Outpost, go up against Izzy. That's fucking.
Wow, bitch. I'm shook.
I like it. I appreciate it 100%. He's looking over the details. He goes,
And numerous amounts of treasure.
Yeah,
Excellent.
I've been there and I've seen it.
he hands you, and as he takes yours, he hands you the other one.
Mhm.
He goes, I know who just to sell this to.
And he kind of tucks it away somewhere. Not sure where, because he's like wearing a pair of like breeches that looks more like a Roman plated skirt than anything else.
Pleasure doing business with you. If you look for a mind-altering experience, you know where to find me.
I'll keep that in mind.
Awesome.
And then she's just gonna turn and she's gonna just like gently start like pushing Gillet towards the door.
Speed walk away.
Speed walk away. And then as soon as they're outside, she is just gonna have to sit down and be like, oh.
You did amazing.
She's hyperventilating. Sure, her
That
head
was
is down
so
between her
good.
knees and she is just hyperventilating.
Just breathe in. 3 in,
deep
4
breaths.
out. 3 in, 4 out. You did
It's
so
okay.
good.
You did it. It's over.
Things I do for you.
That was genius.
You know
I need
what?
some lozenges. I just need a big thing of
Literally,
lozenges.
I'm gonna send you a care package, and it's gonna be nothing but like Ricola and fucking ginger tea.
Ricola.
Ricola.
We
All
get
right.
Grimly back? Never again. I never want to deal with the city underbelly of the city again. I never want to fucking come back to this city. I hate this city.
But my mother. You love
Nothing
her.
good has happened to me in this city, except getting married to Gillet, and it was
I was
literally
about
just
to
because we
say.
were right here. We would have gotten married in Silverhaven if we had been in Silverhaven. The church really didn't matter. It just needed to be a church. I did wind up marrying him in the woods. Thank you for that, Zion, where the fuck you are.
I love that you're one for tradition.
Yeah, I don't think anybody knows where Zion is, probably other than Arneth. Maybe.
Somewhere.
I can
Yeah,
feel
where is
him.
Zine? Where is Zine?
I can feel his little spider beans on me.
Spider
have-
beans. I love that.
We have a goblin to go rescue. Let's go.
All right.
You did
Before
so
I
good.
throw up.
I'm so proud of you.
The address winds you, looking at the streets and everything else like that, you wind through carefully. You takes you about a good 30 minutes to find the location. The windows are boarded up. The door is boarded over. And it does not look as though anybody has been in this building. You don't even know how long.
All right. Do I see anything else suspicious around here?
Give me an investigation check.
Oh, I'm gonna
Look
fail
around the building.
fuck out of that.
Fail gloriously.
Just looks directly at Arneth's ass.
New.
And
I see nothing.
I
Um, you don't. You see some trash gathered up in one of the back corners, around the edge of the building, but you don't find any.
All right.
So, do we want to bust in there or do we want to sneak?
Want to bust in there like devil may care, or I don't want to die. So, wait.
Well,
I
I mean,
leveled up
dying
today.
kind of.
Hold on.
I mean,
What?
dying kind of defeats the purpose of rescuing Grimly. So.
Yeah. Ooh. No, it's okay. Let's just break down the door. It's fine.
Well, I mean, if we want to sneak, I have a spell for that.
Gillett is going to knock.
For a reason.
You reach through the boards and you kind of
Housekeeping.
give it a clunk, clunk, clunk. How long do you want to wait?
That depends on how
Wait for
impatient
a
the rest of
long
the party
time.
is getting.
I'm going to tell you right now, no one answers your knock.
Callista wants to walk around the house and see if there's another entry besides the front door.
Do we really want to knock? I mean, like they're torturing people. I
Give me
feel
an
like we're just
investigation check.
giving
He already
them.
knocked. He already knocked.
Well, I'm just saying. I'm saying that was a bad idea. Thanks a
Mhm.
lot, Gillett.
Much like what Yenfear saw, doesn't seem to be any other way.
Can I take a look as well?
I was about to say nobody can see it, but there's 8 rolling eyes right now.
Ugh,
You have
these
so many
Gillets.
eyes. Why aren't you looking?
Yeah.
Let me ask you.
Look
Let me
a
ask
little
you a
harder,
question.
bitch.
So Yenfear looked around, and I know that Callista didn't really check and see what Yenfear was doing. But does Arneth trust that Callista would look around for something and then not see anything, and then go, "Oh, well, then let me double check to make sure you're."
That's a good question. I guess he'd trust her.
Okay. So I would say probably not.
If you're ever not sure, you could just roll a dice. Do I trust them today? No, bitch. I don't trust you today. All right. Well,
So that's why Yenfear's so mercurial.
No, he's still Eladrin. That's why he's.
no, he's an Eladrin. That's the exact reason. It's like he's going through puberty for
the
his
elven
whole
version
life.
of bipolar. It's just
Literally.
Yeah.
Oh, poor baby. I love him so much. Okay. Well,
If since Yenfear nor Callista
Now, you've
found
looked
anything-
around the bottom floor, just kind of looking at the window.
Yeah.
okay. Well,
The building is 3 stories tall.
I'm
Windows?
looking at the windows myself. The upper floor's windows.
I feel if they spot us, they could just,
Oh.
escape. Or kill us. They could do that too.
Yes, but they're
Um,
looking for something we
All
have.
the windows.
Or they could just peel it off our dead
Boarded
bodies,
up.
couldn't they?
Do you want to rescue Grimly or not?
Yeah, I do. I just feel like
Can I check
knocking
the
and
front
waiting is
door for
stupid.
traps?
Yeah, give me a perception check.
You hear that? Gillett, you're stupid!
10.
No traps.
It doesn't mean
right.
anything coming from Yenfear.
Gonna open the front door.
Okay, it's like boarded across. So you can open the door, but you have to.
He's
tear the
gotten so
boards
used
off
to it.
to like actually enter it.
He's like, okay, fine, whatever.
seems
Yeah, the sky is
stuck, so
blue,
you're
I
like-
guess.
Can't really get perched to kind of push it open.
Can I rip the planks off?
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot of strength. I mean, it
I-
looks like nobody's tended to them for a long time, so weathering has kind of split them where the nails are in, so it doesn't take them.
Honestly, I thought you were gonna say, can I rip the door off? I was like, again? Kind of excessive. Once per campaign is enough.
Zine is
Never
currently not in the
enough.
proper form to Kool-Aid Man through buildings.
Oh, yeah!
So I take the planks off, and then I'm just gonna kick the door open.
Drag it in the alley sounds like a kid's book.
Good job, love.
All right, you kick open the door. Give me an athletics check. This it feels like Tuesday night, doesn't it? Chief, give me an
Hey.
athletics check. All right, yeah. You
Boop, boop.
you turn around, and then he'll kick the door, and it doesn't swing open, but it definitely is going to allow you entrance.
I'm going in.
Same.
All right. The room that you enter is
I'm along for the ride.
old
There you are.
and covered in dust. And musty. It's got that closed up smell. That
My
musty,
allergies.
yeah, that musty closed up smell that you get from a building that hasn't been entered in. You don't even know how long. There's a staircase directly in front of you that goes up, and beside it is a hallway that you can walk down. There is a parlor to the left. It's like a sitting room, some sort of antechamber right hand side.
All right.
So this is a building.
It's a home. Or it was
It's
a
a
home.
home. Okay.
Parlor.
Okay. Parlor's
Going
just to the
parlor.
left, so you walk into the parlor.
All right.
As you walk, I would like for you to give me
I'm scared.
a
I'm
dexterity.
scared. I'm scared. Okay.
No, I'm sorry, dexterity saving throw.
Saving. All right.
Okay, I will have to do that too because I'm following.
Okay, yeah, if you are, yeah, you'll have to give me dexterity saving.
Well, I'm.
You're- It's okay. Hold on before you do.
Oh.
You watch as he steps into the parlor, and his foot sinks through some of the rotted floorboards, and you kind of go down to one knee, and your leg is now stuck in the floorboard. Yenfir comes right up behind you and grabs your shoulders and pulls you and back from falling completely through.
Thank you.
Nice chunk of floor that has fallen in.
Can we maybe
Got some
Does
pulp
anybody
on my
want-
foot.
It's okay, we'll put
Shit.
some salve on that later.
Splinters in your
anybody-
foot.
Anybody have any interest in being a bird or some sort? Maybe taking a look around without putting their feet through the floor.
Is it kind of easy to tell that the reason he went through those floorboards is because he is a good, hefty, solid weight?
Probably. It's an old building.
Like,
The floors
so-
are kinda weak.
So the skinny sorcerer tiefling who weighs 160 pounds
Probably.
would probably
Yep.
go through or would be fine.
Probably be fine. You'd have to find out. Good, solid, hefty boy. I think she just called you a fat ass.
I'm
No, he's a solid wall of muscle. What?
He's more dexterity than muscle.
He's a fast chonker.
I'm gonna go down the hallway.
Please be
I'm
careful.
looking for a basement. So I'm probably with Arnef.
Okay. As you pass the staircase, you can see that there is a railing that was just out of sight. It goes down into the lower floors.
Then we should take the stairs.
Yep.
Follow that railing.
What about
And
the
then
rest
she's Callista's just grumbling, if this guy fucking screwed me, I'm gonna go back and fucking skin him.
I mean, to be fair,
of it?
you asked for a place that we could that would be quiet. That means that it probably isn't currently occupied. Maybe one of the neighbors is. We could maybe look to one of the nearby houses too.
One thing at a time, Gillet.
You're
We,
upstairs.
we asked for a warehouse, we got a warehouse.
Are you yelling through the hole that you made in the floor?
Callista, you wait at the top. I will test the stairs. 'Cause I don't need Gillet beating me up.
Okay. As you start down the staircase, they seem to hold up pretty well under your feet. What's your passive perception?
16.
What's your passive perception, Callista?
11.
Chief. Something else kind of strikes you.
Let's say mine's an 18, considering I'm
Oh, yours
writing.
is an 18? Okay, yeah, that's right, because you're writing there. You both notice this, that the banister rail that you have a hold of and the stairs are really solid, like new, solid.
Very suspicious.
Hmm.
Takes out
Alright.
my magnifying glass.
I look Zion in his little spider eyes.
Zoom in, enhance.
So you don't know where the fuck I am. I'm in that cloak somewhere, but you don't know where.
Tickling your
Hiding.
back.
Nine, what do your spider eyes see?
That sounds so suspicious.
Hiding behind feathers.
So the difference between saying enjoy the next 24 hours, have a nice day.
I'm triggered. Well,
I will continue down the stairs.
please be careful.
Seeing the fact
you-
that Arneth does not seem to be having any difficulty, Callista's not far behind.
You stand down on what is super packed earth. You see here and there tile standpoints where shelves may have stood, but they're all either broken down, so all there are is legs of it. But you can see that the columns that have been used to reinforce the upper floors are themselves recently reinforced. They seem to be new. It is a wide open room. It's probably 40 feet long by about 30 feet wide. And the staircase is at its where you came down, you would be looking down the length of it. So you walk down into the width of the room. So you're looking into the walls. The far end is at your shoulder. Turn, look down. You see no doors. It's just a cellar basement. Would have been really nice at one time. These are probably like wine bottle shelves for housing wine bottles.
Pershing, wine, British.
Well, I would be looking for hidden passages and doors.
Gotta be secret doors.
Perception checks, Lace.
I would also probably be helping with that.
No, everybody who's in the basement. Perception check.
Did I actually roll the highest in the perception checks?
Oh, I should do that, yeah.
I'm
sorry.
having to dig through the 50 blue zillion sheets I have right now. Hold on.
Close your 1,500 sheets up.
I
The
can.
next character is not transforming into anything.
Yeah, that's why I'm making a sorcerer. This thing is I'm trying to see. Okay, yeah, my perception as a spider is equal to my perception as myself, so.
Nice.
There it is.
What do your little spider eyes see?
None of you see any secret doors or anything. Zine.
Uh-huh.
It's not that you see it, it's that you feel the change in air around what would be the seal or the seam of the door.
Okay.
Following that, you can see, because nothing is ever truly airtight. Some air is going to get through there, and as it does, it tries to go from one location to another. So you can feel the air being pulled in, and that's where you find the door on about midpoint on the length of the room. So about 20 feet down, you find door. What would be if you were facing north or eastern?
He felt the breeze on his little spider legs.
My spider senses were tingling. He will crawl out of the coat, and one leg will on Arneth, on his cheek, basically on his cheek, just
You feel spider leg tapping your cheek. You freak out instantly, turn into a kung fu artist.
No. I'll like put my hand here for him to crawl out, and then
Instinctively slap. What the hell?
No. It's suddenly slap. Suddenly there's a lizard on our neck.
Smack!
Yeah.
Forgot. Sorry.
no.
No, he'll crawl into Arnett's
Yeah.
Okay.
and he will point with that leg at the door.
I imagine
wall.
it's like one of the ones that does like the
The little
Yeah,
dancing.
like
Oh,
Jim
yeah.
dancing the dancing
Spider.
spider. Yeah, that's
The
basically what he's
jumping
doing. He's just like,
spider?
what's that? Yeah, the little pre-dancing spider.
yeah, and he will point at the doorway with his leg.
All right. With
I
him,
will.
peacock spider. Yeah, thank you. I
Yeah,
think you said that, Chief.
yeah, and if Arnett starts veering off course, the leg will just sort of like tuning rod in that direction.
With the
Beautiful.
guidance, with the guidance of your divining spider, you find the secret door in the wall.
Fantastic.
Okay, and once it's found, he'll back into the cloak.
Mm.
Okay.
And was like, oh, he's so cute. He's so cute like that.
Well, good thing Yinfer isn't looking because
Spider,
disgusting.
spider in Arno's hand, Yinfer's hand, smack.
Lizard.
Uh,
All right.
okay, I have successfully found the door.
You
Okay,
have-
Callista is going to.
I'd say there's a reason why he's a spider.
She's going to head to the top of the stairs.
Mhm.
Well, not to the top. Like she's going to head to the stairs, and then she's going to cast message
Mhm.
to Gillet. And the message is, "We found a door in the basement. Stairs are sturdy. You can reply to this message."
I thought he was already downstairs with you.
Was he? Because last I heard,
Yeah.
him and Yinfir were upstairs looking
Well,
around.
I don't know.
All right. A message, we'll say those two were upstairs. A message appears in your head of your wife's voice telling you, we found something downstairs. We found a
Give
secret
Yinfer
door
a quick-
downstairs.
Hey.
Since we're retconning this,
Huh.
I'm gonna look at him making weird noises. You okay?
We'll be right down. And start looking at Yinfir. It's like, they found something. Come on.
Oh, okay.
Hoist your big old self out of the hole.
I'd be like, "You're good? Are you good?" Great,
Just-
because I can't help.
The image of Gillet stepping through the hole and the person that protected him was Yenvir going, like almost dragging in the hole with him. If it weren't for the fact that he was dexterous and like pulled him out at the last second. No muscle doing that.
Like a
All
cat.
like
Can I
hardcore off the wall.
perhaps on this hidden door?
You may perception check, please. You're getting ready to open the door and you think about it for a second. And you look around and sure enough, you can see there are a couple of indentations and very small, written with like a very fine pick or something, are some sigils that you're pretty sure are arcane in nature. You're pretty sure, you don't know what it does, but you're pretty sure it's not good.
Well, once
wonder-
everyone is down there, I will ask if anyone can dispel whatever that is.
I wonder who could do that sort of thing. Asun Mysterio.
Make yourself useful.
Wow! I'm always useful.
Well,
Pretty's
No.
useful.
True. Yeah, you wave your hand over it, and I'd like for you to roll a d20 and add your casting modifier for your dispel magic, which would be your charisma. D20 plus your charisma modifier.
Charisma.
Charisma.
Why can't I read today?
I can't
Four.
answer that.
So it would be a d20 plus 4.
Hold on a second before you. Sure. I need to make sure that it's straight casting modifier and not.
No worries.
Yep. So it's just d20 plus 4.
Boop boop.
Okay. You finish casting Dispel Magic.
I will go ahead and attempt to open the door.
As you finish opening the door, everybody in the room, dexterity saving throw, please.
Dexterity save. Okay, I guess.
Are we on the stairs at this point, or are we in the room?
You're in the room.
Okay.
You're in the room.
Oh.
Look at it.
I'm going to be using Tides of Chaos Cap.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Good choice.
Thank God for that.
Good fucking choice.
Okay. Zine.
Oh yes, I wasn't. Okay, yeah.
You're
Let's say
in
I'm
there.
technically yes, I am.
Spider or no, you have
And you're
to.
a spider.
I am, which means I'm probably not going to be a spider.
I feel fear. I'm about to be squished.
That's the best statement I think I've ever heard. I'm about to not be.
Yeah.
I mean, natural 20,
Yeah!
but I'm a pretty dexterous fucking spider.
Okay.
I mean,
Tell you what.
have-
Well, I mean, look, I
You
got
have
stories
8
about
legs.
spiders, okay?
Ha, good
And,
time.
Yeah,
and
huh?
Jack knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, huh?
Barovia, Barovia.
They turned me, the assassin, into a spider, and then nobody could catch me.
It's what you deserved.
So I'm up on the ceiling, and wizard lets
Uh-huh.
the spell drop, and I use the ceiling like a springboard to tackle the wizard to the ground,
And he
and then
stabbed
stabbed
me.
him.
Yeah.
And then stabbed him. Make sure we all
Remembering-
entered that.
Now here's the real the real kicker. The wizard was my rogue's the love of his life, and he stabbed him.
Yeah, that really
Suffering from madness.
that threw me for a fucking loop. That's all I'm gonna say, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're ready because that's what you can expect with Curse of Strahd.
Oh
Yeah.
god. It's gonna be a whale of
Shenanigans.
a time.
Shenanigans.
Cool.
Can these nails dry already?
So that was cast at 7th level. DC
What?
was an 18
Uh-huh.
for half damage. So
Okay.
Chief Gillett. Chief Gillett Jack. Jesus Christ, really? Callista's the only one? Well, you failed it, so meets it beats it. Chief, Gillett, Jack, and Zine all succeeded. So you guys all succeeded.
Mm-hmm.
You take 21 points of damage, except for Gillett, who take none because of evasion. Monk. Callista, you take 43 points of damage. As you open the door,
That could have
thinking
been a lot worse.
How much damage was that again to me?
43.
21 to you.
21, so
40.
I took 20.
So 20 soaked into Zines. As you go to open the door, confident in the dispelling skills of your bard, the door, there is a, and the room is just bathed in fire.
as the fireball erupts, engulfing all of you
I take half.
because you are
I'm a
resistant to fire
tiefling.
damage.
Yes.
So you take 21 as well.
This is so bad.
The room is engulfed in fire.
I'm sorry, you said it was cast at 7th level, and all I could see was all 84 of my health points going to 0.
I just turned to look at Ian Fear.
I imagine Yenfear's doing the same thing. What? I cast dispel magic.
Well, I mean, I'm not sure how much turning you're going to be doing with a lizard on top of you at this point.
Yeah, as Zion is now right on top of you.
I know what I'm drawing later.
Chief, you are perfect in every way. Never change.
How did I know that was going to be your reaction to?
Honestly.
Yeah, it's not a bad thing.
Hey,
I'm
when
not
you have
excited.
when you have a tut, you have a tut. Okay.
The door is now open.
I'm so sorry. Is everyone okay?
Zion, please. Zion, I can't breathe.
Should have taken mass cure wounds. Oh no.
He'll get off of
For letting the DM.
Arneth.
Here, Callista.
Thank you.
Did you give both doses, or is that one?
That was one.
Okay.
Oh yeah, because I had a superior healing potion and we put it in the drinking horn.
Yep.
I'm gonna.
That seems like a really smart thing to do.
It was a smart.
I'm gonna touch Arneth.
Okay.
At. Really
Is this really the
gently.
right time?
It's always the right time to touch Arneth, okay?
He's under the lizard.
No, but I'm just gonna take it and be like, I'm sorry.
He was
and,
preheated
like,
for
heal
your
him.
convenience.
You're so warm to the touch.
Am I
I'm
hatching
so
a
glad
half
I
orc
wasn't
now?
drinking something steam, you bastard.
There's
what's
so
happening?
many things in my
Are
mind.
you
right now.
whatting the half work?
Am I hatching a half orc? Because apparently I'm keeping you warm.
No, it's talking about the fire.
Yes.
I mean, he's a cold blood, so that's not going to work. It's more like he's leeching warmth from people. But
Alright.
And because I have
Life domain.
yeah, this one. So I get what? 2 plus the spells level, so it's 5 extra.
Yep. All right.
Wait, can I still wait? Can I channel divinity still? I can channel divinity, can I?
You have one.
I'm climbing back to my feet, dusting myself off.
I'm gonna do this too. Hold on, I need to like read
I mean,
5
Alright,
times
V.
your cleric level. So all of you
there's-
get
Go ahead.
all of you. Oh, 2. I guess I'll give like 10 to Zine as well
hey, I'm at full then.
with my channel divinity. That's how it works, right?
I automatically take double healing.
Oh, nice.
V. Grimly. It's been rather quiet for the last little bit. But suddenly there is a thunderous boom, but it's off in the distance. And all of a sudden you hear, as everyone that's been involved, you're not sure how many, but are running up and down the hallways. The door to your cell is thrown open. And the cruel torturers who have been handling you walk over to the chains and drop you unceremoniously to the ground. You hit with a thud, bruises in your arm, which you're not sure is broken, but it sure doesn't feel good. crunches against the ground. Kind of pull yourself up, holding your arm. One of them jerks you to your feet. Your feet hurt to walk on because of the bruising. And he marches you out of the room. He says something to you in common, a hint of an accent on the words. Your friends have come for you. Come, let us greet them. And he shoves you and half marches you down this corridor. You start to like drag your feet a little bit, and he pulls you, yanks the chain, and your body is thrown forward again. You don't know where your bag of dirt is, where your arm.
My dirt. My armor's been taken from me too.
Everything that you had on you, you've been stripped. You were in small cloths, and that's it.
Poppycock. Okay.
You are dragged down a hallway. They turn a corner to the right, and then they turn another. They walk for the distance, turn left, and then it's rights and lefts and rights and lefts. You think maybe pass through the same corridor a couple of times. You don't know. You're moving so quickly, and you're so tired and hungry, and your body hurts and aches. Even the roughest day in your family was never this bad. And you constantly are fighting back tears as you're drugged, marched down this hallway. Finally, come to a door. You look up just in time to see them throw it open. As you guys settle in, get yourselves healed up, the dust settles from the explosion. You look down to see a corridor. There are 5 doors, 2 on each side and 1 directly. None of them are open. They are all made out of.
All right. God, I'm so wary now. Oh my God, I almost killed people.
Going. I'm going.
Which door do you want to go? We're going to call it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 being the one. So 1 and 3 on the left, 2 and 4 on the right, 5 at the
I wrote 5.
Go straight ahead.
Yeah.
You open the door. Or are you going to do anything first before you throw it open?
Checking it for traps because the first one didn't feel too great.
Perception check, please.
Guidance.
Stick with us, guys. We're going to run them just a little bit. Get somewhere. So add a D4 to that roll. No traps.
I am going to open it.
Okay. You open the door, and it is a plain white room. The smell of fresh paint still kind of lingers in the air. Opposite of the door that you've opened is another door of metal.
Fresh.
As you start to cross this room, or standing in that room, the door on the other side is opened up. And you see 2 men standing shoulder to shoulder, or 2 male figures. They are dressed head to toe in black, completely covering their visage and everything.
Fucking
Between them-
goths.
Between them, barely standing, beaten and bloodied, bruised, is Brimley, his hands still chained.
Hand him over and I won't kill you.
They look at each other and look back at you. Give us the relics. We will release you.
I'd say it's Bazine kind of behind him.
Would
Tell
you
me.
be behind me?
Yeah, he'll be
It's
behind
like,
them. Considering, well,
shoot.
Arneth. Well, Arneth said he was in front, so yeah, he'll be behind Arneth. Considering he can see the space behind these people.
Yeah, it looks like a corridor.
Yeah, his hands will stay behind Arneth, and he will cast conjure animals
Bees.
from behind. And what he is going to do, because these things are very, very mean when they do infestations.
Bees.
Actually. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah. 'cause
That's
I-
75 wolves. 183 wolves.
No, you don't want me to do that.
112 wolves, but they've got no lower.
You don't want me to do that.
Gross, those scorpions. It's a murder of crows.
Oh no.
It's like Alfred Hitchcock up in his beach.
He will
Not the
burn
birds.
his 6th level slot.
2 dozen rabbit raccoons.
4 dozen angry squirrels and all the nuts are in their pants.
No.
Chicken.
I just need to check the creature's rating.
A dire kitten.
Cap.
Huh?
While this is going on, and he's working on summoning these creatures, you said Grimly is
12.
his hands are tied, right?
They're chained.
They're chained in front of him or behind him.
In front of him, the chains are very short, and then there's another one off of them. So his hands are like.
And
that,
they're holding on to that chain.
And they've kind of got that chain held up.
Quick question before that. Is my magic, do I have magic? Can I use my magic? I can't remember if we went over the fact if they've done something to dispel the magic from me.
The torture and the beating and things like that, they seem to have sapped your energy.
Damn. Okay.
Causing you to be unable to cast.
Understandable.
Okay.
Oh, they know what you are.
I just wanted to
Yeah,
use freedom of
so-
movement to get out of the chains.
Yeah. Now my question is, will you allow me to have these creatures move, considering he's trying to surprise these 2 people with them? And he's casting it to where they appear behind them.
Are you casting rock grubs?
Yes.
Yeah, sure. I'll let you finish casting your spell.
Okay, so and I'm gonna rescind the 6th level, it'll just be 3rd level, so he's only pulling 4 of them.
Okay.
2 swarms per each.
Mhm.
And they will appear like 5 feet behind him.
Cool. As you finish casting your spell, all of your components and everything else used for it fizzle. As you're standing in this white room,
No, he's not.
you were right behind Arneth, and Arneth is in the white room.
No, it said he's keeping Arneth between him and them visually. And I don't believe, did you say that Arneth went into the room?
Mhm.
Because Zine never went into the room.
Okay. Your spell still fizzles.
In the corridor?
Well, that's a ass and a half.
Okay.
One of them looks at you and goes, "We sent people out twice, kill you. We saw what you can do. Why do you think we break this little one? And now, try to cast. Of course, we take away your ability. Don't worry, it's a level playing field. But we too cannot use magic either."
Zine just grins and, "Oh, little boy, I am more than my magic."
Awesome. And with that in mind, you found Grimly. Fight's about to happen, but that will wait until next week, as we will wrap up for tonight. So, we punched your dad, found a beaten and broken, which, by the way, guys, it kind of hurts my soul to describe Grimly in that way. I hate describing my characters, my player characters, but
He's so sweet.
it has to have an effect and importance. So there we are. A huge thanks to everyone who tuned in tonight. It was one of our biggest crowds ever, and I really appreciate it. We really love having all of you guys. We hope you had a great time listening to us and be shenanigans. And we will be back next Monday at 6 p.m. Central for more shenanigans. But don't forget, we have a show tomorrow night and a show on Wednesday. So tune into those too, because we like having a good time. 6 p.m. on Tuesday night for Esper Genesis, and on Wednesday night for the D&D one-shot for our Wednesday night showcase. Again, if you are a DM player and you'd like to get involved, let me know. Send me a message on Discord. Let's see if something Wednesday night showcase. In the meantime, have a good night. We love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. We will talk to you on tomorrow or Wednesday or next Monday.
Yeah. Bye.